Hello and welcome back. Hope you are good, doing well, and I hope that sound is all right on your end, and you can see my screen. GM Sohab, good morning, and welcome back, everybody. I hope that there is sound on TV, TradingView. Okay, guys, so let's move on. So we are having weekly market outlook from 4 March to 8 March, and before going to look at that, let's look at the calendar. We are having a very busy week, and first we can see that there was a CPI numbers released on Swiss franc, and inflation just 7:30 a.m. news broke out, and we can see that the inflation sticky in the Switzerland as well, so spikes, a little spike up over there, back to that high. So yeah, sticky inflation environment. So there is a Tokyo core CPI data delayed at 11:30 p.m. So we may get that during this weekly outlook. All right, and important data, and Ueda gonna speak at 4 a.m. tomorrow, and ISM services data, important US data. So we can see that the services sector is slowing down, okay, but still hasn't fallen below 50 once in 2023. So important data, yeah. So this data should fall below 50, yeah. So like we have seen back in 2020. So this should go below 50. So again, this is also important data. So we are having GDP numbers are going to be released on the Australian dollar, and then ADP non-farm, annual budget on pound, rate decision on Bank of Canada, so CAD rate decision, yeah. So we may not see anything, a big move from there, from the Bank of Canada, yeah. So stable move we can expect, yeah, or again sticky inflation environment, or they're gonna push again same comments which they have done in the previous month. And obviously they can tell us what they're gonna do in future, but yes, no hike, and most likely they're gonna talk about that when the rate cut is going to come, yeah. So any comment regarding that can drive the CAD lower, right? Not aggressively lower, right? But yes, that's what central banks are preparing for, yeah. So lower inflation and interest rate cuts are in pipeline. So Fed Chair Powell is going to be testifies on Wednesday 3 p.m. JOLTS job opening, yeah. So we not expecting big change from the Powell, yeah. So he again gonna says the same stuff like holding rates higher for longer, yeah. So again, inflation is not not no victory on inflation. But yes, any dovish comment from the Powell can drive the dollar lower, all right. And that's what we're going to look for this week, and that's what we have spoken about last week, if you remember that, in the previous weekly market outlook. All right, so we have seen already weaknesses on the dollar on some assets, specifically against the gold. So on Thursday, 7th March, again, ECB rate decision. All right. So no rate cut, but yes, still they're going to say that higher for longer rates, okay, which can, drive the euro higher. All right. So these two are going to be the main important, events for this week. So one is the Powell testify. All right. So non-farm payroll numbers are going to be important too for this week. All right. But these two events can drive the market aggressively. Obviously, Friday going to be important, as they're going to be non-farm payroll data is going to be released, okay. So but these two events, so ECB refinancing rate. All right, so ECB rate decision can drive the market, all right, and Powell. So what market is telling us that right now? Market is telling us that ECB is supposed to be dovish, okay, but market is expecting that ECB is going to be hawkish and Powell is going to be dovish. That's what a market is setting up for that. Market is setting up for right now for this scenario. People are already, smart money is already pricing in for that scenario. Okay, that's why we have seen strength on the gold last week after the US data. So rate decision, okay, and press conference again. Powell testifies. So Thursday going to be important. We may see some big movements on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday can drive the Thursday we may see some big movements, and on Friday there are going to be a non-farm payroll data is going to be released. Okay, again, market is expecting central banks are expecting job market to slow down. Job market to slow down, okay, and we can see that it's slowing down, by the way, right, but still hasn't fallen below the 20, yeah, so 2021 low, so it's slowing down. We can see that the trend is falling. So that's the calendar. Okay, important data is going to be released, busy week, so we may see some big movements in the market. Okay, so I have already shared charts on Telegram that what movements we can see. Yeah, so very much similar like that. So let's look at these charts firstly. Okay, some setups I have shared, but those were the trades we have already taken back in our room. So let's look at those charts quickly, and then we're going to talk about what we can expect from the market. All right, so that was the previous weekly market outlook. All right, and okay, so we were expecting Australian dollar to drop, and we have seen a decent drop over there, okay, on Australian dollar. So that was a short-term move, okay, and there we were expecting a short-term buy opportunity on the Australian dollar. Yeah, so the Australian dollar just went back to that top. That was a good short-term buy opportunity. Quick scalp over there on that chart. Yeah, so we have seen we were expecting this move to happen. All right, and both charts to go back up. So we got a nice nice leg higher on. This is a 3-minute time frame, all right, or 5-minute time frame chart. Okay, so 5-minute time frame chart, so or 3-minute time frame chart, but the move was we were expecting over there. So we got a nice quick scalp over there for upside on these two charts, and then the next chart was we were expecting sell opportunity from that top, and we got that nice quick drop over there from that top. So sell opportunity was there for short term. Okay, and then we were expecting a short term sell opportunity on the Australian dollar from that top. Those were the trade for short term during the week. All right, so scalp. And we have seen the opportunity was on the euro dollar, so we have taken that quick trade back to that low, led by the pound dollar. All right, and then we were expecting New Zealand dollar to this was the sell opportunity. All right, so we have seen that the Australian dollar broke through that top. So I'm drawing. So those who are watching me on Trading, you guys, I'm drawing on my screen. Using that pen, so maybe you cannot see my drawing. So we were expecting the same break on the New Zealand dollar as well. So this bottom to break down and continue to keep dragging lower. So we got that nice leg lower as well on the New Zealand dollar. So New Zealand dollar broke through that low. All right, so sell opportunity was there at this area. Okay, the first one was from that top. That leg was just extending, and we were expecting the target to slightly extend up to this low, but we haven't seen, I think, price to hit that low, and we have seen that the price reversed before hitting that extension. All right, and then we were expecting gold. All right, so what we have spoken about the gold last week. We were talking about a short-term buy opportunity at this area, okay, for this trade. So that short-term opportunity played well, but we have seen some strength on the dollar after the Reserve Bank of New Zealand rate decision. New Zealand dollar went lower. okay, and we were expecting that strength to emerge on all assets, okay, but we haven't seen that drop on the gold, okay, and gold slightly came down, okay, and then bang, went up to the previous high, okay, the original top which we were talking about in the previous weekly market outlook, if you guys remember that. Yeah, so 28 December high. So 28 December high, this is an important chart, okay, this is important chart, and I hope that everything is fine on YouTube, guys, those who are watching me on YouTube. Yeah, so you can see my screen. Yeah, so we haven't seen that one more leg lower, okay, and we have seen the breakout, and price just went up to that 28 December high, and this the 28 December high which we were talking about in the previous weekly market outlook, or first Feb high to take out. So price, gold where we were wrong. We were expecting another leg lower on gold after having some drop on the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar, but we did not see that move, okay. Silver went lower, but gold didn't gold did not drop back to the previous 1988 or 84. So there is a change, okay, there is a change. You need to understand this chart carefully, and this is gonna let us know that what is going to look for, what you are going to look for on in the rest of the market. Yeah, so most of my charts going to be based on that. So last week, the first trade we saw is the treasury bond futures buy opportunity was over there, okay. So far since last week, that trade is doing really well, okay, and we have spoken about the yields, 2-year yields, 10-year yields, okay, and based on that, we were expecting dollar weaknesses last week. So we have seen, dollar strength on the New Zealand dollar after the Reserve Bank of New Zealand raised the CN, okay, and sympathy move on the Australian dollar, okay. But right after we got the data from the US, bang, dollar went lower, right? Dollar went lower, specifically went lower on the gold, okay, and gold is your lead for this week. That's the point. Okay, hopefully you understand that. So there where we were wrong, all right. So we did not get that move on the gold. You understand that point, okay. This is what we were expecting. So we got the leg lower on the silver, okay. Gold went lower. Gold gave us one short term, one more up move on 15-minute time frame, the trade which I've spoken about in the weekly market outlook, and then draw from the previous top, okay. We did not see drop this move, we did not see, okay. We simply saw breakout for upside. All right, and these were the 1 hour trades, all right. So 1 hour trade, and silver led us that euro to go down. So we have seen short term trades, okay, but we did not see whole leg lower on the euro dollar, all right. So we're gonna talk about the copper, okay. We're gonna talk about the commodities. So we're gonna talk about that. Just bear with me, please. So we have seen one hour drop, okay. 1 hour drop on the euro dollar. Updated chart going to be over there on the euro dollar. So we have seen short term one more leg lower, okay. This one more leg lower from that top where we were anticipating. So 3-minute trades played really well, all right, on lower time frame, but this is a 1 hour time frame trade we were expecting, so that went lower. So New Zealand dollar, okay. So New Zealand dollar played really well because of the rate this year, all right. So we were expecting New Zealand dollar to drop. So New Zealand dollar 4 hour time frame move and 1 hour time frame correction to continue to keep falling, and Australian dollar to pull back, okay, and then give us entry over there and continue to keep falling. So both played really well, these charts. So we saw pullback on the Australian dollar, and then bang, we saw a complete leg lower, okay. We saw that one short term trade over there on gold from that top, but we did not see whole leg lower. That's the point. All right, we saw that drop, okay, and then New Zealand dollar pulled back, yeah, and then bang, New Zealand dollar also went lower because of the rate the CN, okay. So we saw that lead over there on the silver, and that played really well on the New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar, okay, but we didn't see drop on gold. That's the point. So gold did not follow up these moves. All right, so Australian dollar pulled back. all right, and then dropped from that top. Nice move appeared over there on the Australian dollar. So euro dollar also dropped from that top for 1-to-1 risk reward ratio on 1 hour time frame. Okay, this is the chart which I was talking about. So nice move appeared over there from that top where we were anticipating, you know, sell opportunity. Okay, but we didn't got that whole leg lower. I mean, 1 to 4 or 1 to 3, profit did not appear over there on the euro dollar. All right, so and we spoken about the last week. We spoken about the Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin. Okay, so we spoken about the Bitcoin, another leg higher last week from this previous bottom for our floor to hold and then breakout for the next leg, and this next leg is still playing out over there. Okay, so still, you know, it's still pushing higher, so it's testing the top. We can see that. So we spoken about this previous floor to hold 4 hour time frame. I mean 51 to hold for buy opportunity or breakup. So we got a nice, you know, sharp breakout over there, and you know, the next leg is still appearing over there on Bitcoin, and there is a chance that the Bitcoin can easily break through the previous top. The previous you know, top can be broken on the Bitcoin. Okay, so we may see, yeah, obviously some sellers may emerge over there on the Bitcoin from the previous, you know, all-time high, right? But you know, the trend is still pretty much strong over there on the Bitcoin, and we still can see that the Bitcoin can continue to keep pushing more higher. All right, so we're going to talk about that too. But Bitcoin is still pretty strong. Okay, so this is where we were spoken about last week, the 4 hour time frame trend to hold and price to just continue to keep rising from this. All right, so very strong breakout. All right, very strong breakout. So 50 to 65. Yeah, so last week the move was pretty strong over there, and there is a chance that some sellers, okay, so sellers may emerge over there from that top. So what you need to do, okay, so do you understand? Some people, you know, they might be confused that what need to do, those who are holding their positions, you know, from Bitcoin and Bitcoin to go all-time high. All right, so the 2-week chart. So now if you are holding your positions from you know, floor and looking for, this is a weekly chart. Okay, so finally we are back at that top where we were at this high at 70k. All right, so what you need to do if you wanna, you know, understand, I mean you wanna make the decision what to do. All right, so there might be, you know, what you need to look for. Okay, so you need to pay attention over there on your order book, what order book is doing. Okay, so this is what you need to watch if you are, you know, so you may, you know, some big players can, some big sellers can emerge over there at the previous all-time high. All right, so the previous all-time high is at this place at 69. All right, so 70 we can say that. So there you are paying attention. So watch your order book, what's happening over there at this area. All right, so we can see that you know, so far we are not having, you know, big sellers over the, let me, yeah, so yes, we can see that we don't have much, you know, sellers at the moment on that all-time high. Okay, there are some sellers sitting over there. So 70, 80, all right, so 80 coins or 60 coins, or 142 coins, and 84, 165. All right, so these are normal sellers. All right, so not big sellers are sitting over there. I mean, those who are searching their profit over there at this previous top. So this is where you're paying attention on your order book. All right, so if a big seller is emerging over there from this previous top, okay, so we may see some similar kind of sell-off over there. Okay, like that kind of sell-off can appear over there on this weekly chart. So far we don't have big sellers. All right, and we can see that buyers are still in control. Okay, they're still buying, and there is a chance that Bitcoin can break through this previous high and can set a new high. All right, so we are still within that wave. So Bitcoin, okay, so Bitcoin is still continue to keep pushing higher on that weekly chart. All right, and we are about to to test that previous top. So buyers are still in control, but yes, you have to be vigilant. All right, and we may see some kind of aggressive sellers can appear over there like that. Okay, a sharp breakout appeared over there previously, and at that time we were expecting again similar kind of sharp sell-off, so that can appear over there. So be open-minded and keep your eyes, all right, and be ready. So far there is nothing, all right, and we are still pushing higher, and the trend is still strong. Last week some buyers that took off their some volatility happened over there within that candle, okay, but it started to continue to keep pushing more higher. So far it can break through that 70 mark, okay, and new high is in sight. Okay, so watch your order book. If big sellers appear over there, then top is in place for a while and we are going back down. All right, so how far we can go? Yeah, so right now it's hard to say that Bitcoin is going to visit this previous low again. All right, so 16K, it's hard, but yes, a daily correction is possible over there. Okay, a bigger pullback is possible over there at any time. So far we don't have price action for that. So this is the Bitcoin. All right, so last week we have spoken about 4-hour time frame continuation for more upside, so we are still within that 4-hour time frame. Okay, so we were expecting dollar index to break out and continue to keep pushing all the way back to that top. We got a breakout, okay, so but we didn't see continuation, right, on the DXY. I mean, euro did not went lower simply. So we got that next leg lower on dollar chief. Dollar chief went nicely back to that top. All right, so dollar chief nicely went back to that top. So that hit the top, okay, and then we were expecting dollar chief to drop from that top. All right, so went back to that top nicely. Dollar chief, this move, nice. Yeah, so tested that top. So Australian dollar played out, New Zealand dollar played out, all right, and silver went lower. Okay, dollar chief went higher, and only gold did not played according to the plan. So and Uzi CAD, we were expecting Uzi CAD to drop, okay, but now we are not looking it to go all the way back to that previous low. Okay, we'll talk about that. This setup is not available, possible at the moment. So this trade is not good to take right now. All right, this chart is not valid anymore, we can say that simply. All right, so okay, this is what we were expecting. So we got a drop on the Australian dollar, nice sell-off. All right, so we haven't got the whole leg on Australian dollar all the way back to that bottom. Okay, no, this is not valid. So we're gonna talk about that, what we can expect. So euro dollar short term, one more leg lower we were expecting on the pound dollar, and similar trade on the euro dollar. All right, so that was a really good trade. All right, so we what we saw on the pound dollar. Pound dollar was falling and the euro was still pushing higher, but the trade was valid, all right, and we got a sell off on the euro against the pound and then bang on. So euro dollar hit the target, okay, even went lower the target, all right, and there we can see that. So okay, so euro was leading us that the euro is also heading down. So we got that trade. Nice move appeared over there on the euro dollar, right? So all the way back to this, broken previous low, this area. So that was a good trade though. So yeah, so let's just keep dragging lower. So then we saw that trade to appear over there on the pound dollar. That was a good move. Okay, so on the pound dollar, so we were expecting pound dollar to drop, looking for short-term trade first. Okay, but when that wave started to wave on lower time frame started to appear over there, it went all the way back to this previous low, so broke through. Yeah, so that was a good trade as well on the euro pound. All right, so euro pound went lower. So again, euro dollar came 1 hour time frame. We were expecting euro to drop. Yeah. So now this chart is not, yeah, this chart has changed. All right. So euro dollar has changed. So we were expecting that move. We got some good trades from that top short-term opportunities. Just shown you those trade on lower time frame, but the 4 hour move may not appear over there. All right. So dropped. All right, dropped. Okay, nicely dropped from that top, but didn't continue all the way. Now we are having some charts from the previous weekly market outlook. All right, so yield. So we have spoken about that yield last week. All right. So we have spoken about that yields. Okay, so we got a drop on the UK two-year yields. All right, and then we were expecting similar move to appear over there on the rest of the 2-year yields. Okay, so we got a nice lead from this chart. Okay, we got a nice lead from this chart. Okay, and then now we can see that these charts are also following. So US 2-year yield is also falling, and 10-year yield is also falling. So we got a nice lead over there, and we were expecting US yield to continue to keep dragging lower. So 2-year bond was a buy opportunity last week, and that what I have spoken about. All right, so if you were not, then the T bond feature was a buy opportunity last week. All right, this is what we were spoken about, and we are having. So I guess I do have all right, this chart we were talking about in the previous weekly market outlook. A pullback to happen on the T bond feature, test the previous low, and then bounce back, and then we got a nice correction over there, and then price started to. So still a whole move to appear over there on T bond features. All right, and most likely we're going to see breakthrough this 125 on T bond feature, and the weekly move is set to appear over there on this. Okay, which can go all the way up to this previous top 134, 35, or 36 areas. So this is 115. So hopefully you can see my screen, guys. So I have some error, so hopefully it's fixed now and you can see my screen. Yeah, so I was talking about the T-bond feature, right? So T-bond feature can go all the way up to that weekly top. So 1 to 15 1 to 15 move can appear over there. Okay, so hopefully everything is fine. Let's move on. So T-bond futures can continue to keep rising. Okay, so more upside is possible. Okay, now these are the charts which we're gonna talk about for this week. So, and most of my setup's gonna be very much similar like that for the rest of the week. All right. So first of all, we're gonna talk about this. This is the dollar index. We have seen that the gold has taken out 28 December high. Okay, this is the 28 December high. And we can see that at where you can see that red box, and gold has just tagged that 2082, right? And more likely we're going to see similar kind of sell off on the DXY this week. So DXY can catch up the gold and continue to keep falling all the way up to the 28 December low. So that's the point. Okay, so most of my charts going to be similar, and that's what we are watching for the rest of the week and during the news events which we're going to have. All right, so ECB rate decision and Powell testify and non-farm payroll. So it's going to be important to see where the market going to end on. It's going to be interesting to see where the market going to end on Friday night. All right, this is the gold is leading us. Gold is leading us that we may see stronger sell-off on the dollar during the week. All right, after these news events, and after those news events, we can see stronger sell-off on dollar pairs. All right, so that's what you are looking for. Okay, so that's the DXY and that's the euro. All right, so opposite direction on these euro. So euro can break out this flag and continue to keep rising all the way up to this previous 28 December high. Okay, a short move can appear over there, very much similar like we have seen on the gold, on the euro, and ECB can drive that. All right, so if ECB is not going to drive that, then Powell can drive that, or non-farm payroll can drive that. All right, so let's say if nothing is going to drive that, and euro is going to push for another leg lower and testing that 13 February low. All right, so we can see that the gold is still sitting over there. Yeah, so gold may hold that top for a while. So euro still gonna be a buy from that previous low. So you cannot rule out that and another leg lower on the euro. All right, so euro one more leg still can appear over there, but the direction is very much clear that we are going to follow the gold. All right, so if I'm gonna go and look at the euro dollar chart, okay, so we may see that lag very often. Okay, and this is a very good lead that the gold went up very, very aggressively. So XAU USD. All right, so this is normal that this lag appears over there. Okay, so we had that move back in. So that happened. All right, this gold went higher, happened back in. Okay, so this place. Okay, so what we got back in 18th of July 2023. All right, so we had a similar move on both pairs. All right, so both pairs, they went lower nicely. Gold went lower against the dollar. Okay, euro went lower against the dollar. Then suddenly something happened over here at this area. So we are not talking about the news at the moment. Okay, but what gold did, aggressively took off and broke through that 18th of July. Okay, and then euro was there at that date. All right, so if we're gonna pull out when gold was at that top, where was the euro? Okay, so euro was sitting over there at this area, this previous low at 1 of 55. Okay, then slowly euro started to take out started to broker those corrections. Okay, and started to catch up the gold. Okay, and then this move started to appear over there. So what we got at that time when euro was catching up the gold, okay, we got a pullback on gold. Okay, gold went into a correction. And the rest of the market started to catch up the gold, rest of the dollar pairs. So basically, okay, what happened here within this circle? So gold went higher. Gold is a safe haven. All right, gold started to rise. Some market was preparing for a risk of movements, the risk of event. All right, and we are having risk of event this week. All right, and gold went higher aggressively for upside. Okay, so after going for upside, the risk on currencies remain sideways within that circle. Okay, risk on currencies remain sideways within that circle, and once gold started to drop, I mean risk on assets started to catch up, or risk on currency started to catch up, then we saw that move. Okay, so similar thing can happen over there. So gold may hold that top like it has held back in October 27, 2023. All right, and then the rest of the risk on currencies caught up. So similar kind of move we're gonna look for. All right, so similar kind of move we're gonna look for on the yeah. So hopefully this is a perfect example for you to understand that what we are looking for. Okay, so similar kind of move we can see again on risk on currencies. Okay, this is a perfect example. You can see that. All right, so gold went higher, broke through that 20-year July high. All right, and then the rest of the risk on currency started to catch up. So similar, similar scenario there where it has happened over there. Okay, so now we are having similar scenario here, and we are looking for this correction to break through and catch up the gold. Okay, so correction is also very much similar like we have seen back then. Okay, this. Okay, so within that correction we still can slightly drag lower. Okay, this like the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar has done. Okay, so drag lower, so still can drag that lower, but still going to be a buy opportunity. That's my point. All right, so we have seen that drop, gold was going higher. Okay, risk on currencies were dropping. Okay, again caught up, euro caught up, again went lower. So risk on currencies were dropping when there was a risk of move, and then risk on currency started to catch up the gold. Okay, I mean dollar started to fall then. So this is a important point to understand that, guys. So that can happen here as well. So slightly bearish move can happen, but right now what you are simply looking is just clear minded. Every time when you see that these charts are pulling back, okay, you are just simply looking for them to break out and continue to keep pushing more higher. Yeah, so we were looking for a sell opportunity over here. All right, so we got a short term sell, and then again we got a bounce off over there. So in easy words, okay, so this correction which is just set, this is what you're looking for. This is what you're looking for. Okay, so during the news events, break out and continue, or test this previous low and give you a buy opportunity at 108 and break through that high. All right, so that's our euro dollar chart. Yeah, this is our euro dollar chart, and this is our DXY chart. We're gonna talk about that. All right, and this is our pound dollar chart. Okay, so same analysis like we are having on the euro dollar. All right, this place to break through, and pound to go back up. So they are trying to break through the top and trying to continue. So pound is also doing similar way. All right, so let me pull out the gold and look at the 27 October. All right, so hopefully you understand this chart much better. All right, so on a 4-hour time frame will be okay. Okay, so slightly on a 8-hour time frame going to be okay to understand that. All right, so there we can see there was the previous top on gold. Okay, and there was the previous top on pound, and there we saw that move. Okay, this is there we saw gold went up and then test that top or this previous high, and then we saw the catch up move on the pound. Okay, within this area, and dropping and then holding these lows and then caught up. Pound also caught up. Right, and pound did not test that high. Okay, this 13 July high, we can say that. All right, but still a decent leg appeared over there. Yeah, a nice leg appeared over there. So that's the point. Okay, so pound to test that top. All right, it can break through that top at 128 top. So we're gonna talk about that. So Australian dollar. Okay, Australian dollar is also going to be a buy opportunity. Yeah, so this place you're paying attention, or this previous low, all right, and this to break through that wave can appear over there, within 1 week. All right, so it may take some time, like 2 or 3 weeks. All right, so if you're going to look at the previous week, like if I'm going to go and look at the euro and find the time, all right, so find the exact timing, that how long that euro took to go back to that top. All right, so after having after the gold test that top. All right, so the move started from here, right here exactly. Okay, so here at this area, so it took almost 62 days to hit that top. All right, or if we're going to look at this, so 33 days. All right, so I'm talking about a couple of weeks move, couple of weeks trend, or maybe month. All right, so 1 or 2 months move can take. So we'll see how long the next leg is going to take place. All right, so how long that next leg is going to take place, either 33 or 1 month, or maybe more than 1 month. All right, so that's your a new Australian dollar. Okay, so Australian dollar is also going to be a similar way. We are anticipating this this move to go back up, and New Zealand dollar is at the floor. All right, so New Zealand dollar also, New Zealand dollar gonna be a much better place, we can say that, in terms of buying. All right, so like that. So you're paying attention at these areas. All right, so these places for short term, this move, okay, that wave back to that high, or all the way back to that high. So if it has this previous low, or even new low is coming, so still gonna be a buy opportunity on the New Zealand dollar. Okay, so pound CAD dollar CAD opposite. All right, dollar CAD to draw from that top. So dollar CAD is also holding that high. Okay, so this is dollar CAD. So dollar CAD to hold that top and drop. Right, so dollar sheaf also started to fall from that top. Okay, so dollar sheaf to follow the gold and continue to head towards the 28th December lows. Okay, so pound Australian dollar is very much head towards 28th December lows. All right, so euro Australian dollar head towards 28th December lows. All right, so Australian dollar CAD head towards rise towards 28th December highs. Okay, so back to that top. And dollar yen head towards 28th December lows. Okay, we may see sharp sell off on the dollar yen. Dollar yen can catch up at any time. Specifically, the if we're gonna have some comment from the OEDA after this Tokyo core CPI data. Yes, if this Tokyo core CPI data is going to the forecast is 2.5%. Previous one was 1.6%. Okay, if this data is the projection is 2.5%, which comes there, means that they're expecting a rise on the core CPI data. All right, and if it really goes beyond that 2.5 or goes to 3 or whatever the numbers are going to come above the projection, okay, we may have some comment from the OEDA. OEDA is still dovish. Okay, OEDA is still dovish, but any comment from the OEDA can drive that aggressively lower, or Ministry of Finance. Okay, so we may see that the dollar yen can catch up very, very aggressively to the gold towards the 20th December low. So dollar yen is finding that top 150, 151, finding that top, not breaking through that top. Okay, so you are expecting it to fall. Where we got a drop, nice sell off over there on the dollar yen last week. All right, but that didn't continue. The reason was that the OEDA, we got comments from the Ministry of Finance, from one of the Bank of Japan member, said that inflation target is in sight. That caused the dollar to drop against the yen. Okay, but right after that, OEDA said that we're still gonna hold the ultra loose monetary policy, which caused those gains, losses to reverse so aggressively. So again, any comment, okay, firm comment, yeah, can reflect that what they're going to do on 19th of March, policy. So again, important data to watch. So gold to dollar yen to follow the gold. Dollar yen to follow the gold, and dollar Chinese yuan to also follow the gold and head towards the 28th December lows. Okay, so yields were leading us that the gold is going to fall last week. All right, gold is going to rise. So we got that gold. Now this chart is telling us much better story at the moment that what we may see in the market. So if I'm going to pull out the 2-year yield, okay, and I'm going to pull out the gold on that. Okay, so if you don't understand that, I can invert the yield. All right, gold is rising. We can say that the gold is rising. All right, so gold rising means that safety. All right, so yields falling means that safety. People running after the safety or buying bonds. All right, or bonds, yields to fall and bonds to rise. Okay, so 28th December highs comes over there on gold. All right, and we were in a big correction. Okay, so how long that correction took? Almost 47 days. All right, so 47 is exact date is at this place before the breakout. So for 57 days. All right, so 57 days took that correction to happen. All right, now gold went out from that correction and had towards the high. It took almost 69 days, 10 days. All right, so this is the next possible direction of the market for next a month or two. All right, and we can see that the UK two-year yield is falling. All right, so if I'm going to pull out the US two-year yield, all right, so 2-year yield is still behind that. All right, means that we may see catch-up move on the 2-year yields. All right, so back to that previous top, or 10-year yields. You can see much more clear picture on 10-year yields. Okay, so that means the 10-year yields has to drop. All right, so if 10-year yields goes down, obviously we can see weaknesses on the dollar. All right, so make sense now. All right, so UK 2-year yields is falling. Okay, and gold made that move so earlier, before that. Okay, now we may see the 10-year yields can catch up, 2-year yields can catch up. All right, and dollar can catch up. All right, and the market is setting up for that move for next 1 to 2 months. All right, okay, so these events can drive that move very aggressively, the move which I'm talking about. Okay, we may see aggressive. Okay, so we may see aggressive sell-off on the 10-year yield. Okay, like that kind of aggressive sell-off. We may see buying on bonds. Okay, so the yield can go lower. 10-year yield can go lower back to the 20th December lows. Okay, these events can drive that. So that's why I'm saying that it's a full packed week. All right. Okay, so CPI already some impact on the chief. All right. And Tokyo core CPI, Ueda is going to speak. ISM services PMI data is important specifically for the dollar. If this data is going to drop below 50, surprising that the drop is like this kind of drop is coming. All right, so 50. Yeah, so we may see aggressive sell-off on the dollar. Dollar can catch up to the goal. Okay, 28th December low can be tagged. Okay, there at this if it is going to fall below 50. Okay, so again, Bank of Canada rate the CN non-farm payroll. All these events can drive job openings can drive that. So Paul can drive that. Paul can drive the dollar lower. All right. Okay, so last week what happened? We saw that the manufacturing data drop in the US. All right, so manufacturing data. So these numbers drop. Okay, there we can see that the manufacturing dropped again back to the trend. So manufacturing was recovering. Manufacturing was recovering in the US, But suddenly we saw last week that the manufacturing data came up to 47, which caused that dollar to fall against the gold. Okay, this is the move, caused the gold to go higher aggressively. Okay, so that's why the ISM services data is more important. So services data is more important than the manufacturing. All right, so we know that the US is services based economy. All right, and if we are going to see drop in the services sector in the US, okay, that can drive that aggressive sell off on the dollar, the move, which I'm showing right now. So you are paying attention on all these numbers. So services, ISM, services PMI data are going to be important. If that fall below 50, this is going to be a surprise for the market. Okay, if that fall below the don't take this data lightly. This is a very, very important data, very important numbers. This is actually holding the US inflation higher at the moment, we can say that, right? There are many other factors, but this is the key data, which if that data is slowing down, right, then you will see that the Fed, they also going to start showing their concerns. Okay, they are saying that labor market is more important. Okay, but the services data is the key. Yeah, after we can say that the labor data, right? So we can say that this is the leading data for labor market. Okay, and rate decision. Okay, carry rate decision. Okay, this Fed job openings, all these are big events, we can say that, for that move to appear over there on the dollar. Okay, ECB also. So you're paying attention, all right, and this catch-up move to happen over there all the way back to that high. All right, so where we were, 2-year yields chart. All right, so this is the 10-year yields. Okay, so 10-year yield to continue to keep. Okay, so we were also looking. Let me invert that chart to just let you know that the trade, where is the trade? The trade is gonna be on the futures. Okay, so the future trade. So if I'm gonna go to the all right, so this is the trade we spoken about last week. Yeah, if I'm gonna invert that chart and 2-year yield to hit that low. 10-year yield to hit that low. Okay, so similarly the T-bond feature to hit that high. Again, my chart is inverted, and this is the 1st or 2nd February low. All right, so there we can see that we have already we spoke about entries at this area last week, if you remember that. All right, so now you are looking for a continuation trades for upside, for buy on the T-bond features. All right, within these area, breakout trades to happen. All right, and this to catch up that, or in best case scenario, this low to take out. Okay, so the trade, hopefully you understand that now. The feature. Okay, so previously, the previous chart, you have seen my previous chart, hopefully, on T-bond feature. We've spoken about that trade at the start of the previous weekly market. All right, so this trade has the potential to go all the way up to 115, or at least up to 8. All right, so this is where we were anticipating the entry last week. All right, so still we are having correction. So all those news events which I have spoken, they can drive the yields lower. So services, if services are going to fall aggressively, services PMI data is going to drop, then we may see a breakout over there. Okay, so you're paying attention on all these pullbacks. The trend is emerging over there. We can see that the moving averages are holding. These are the places, the previous, this place held in these places. Or if you don't want to buy based on support areas, all right, then watch these kind of breakouts to happen, right? When this breakout happen, then you're looking buy and stop, you can place within these areas or behind this previous low based on your risk reward ratio. All right, so this is what you are still looking that move to happen. So it's a good trade. All right, so still a good trade to watch. And yes, this to go down to, so Chinese yuan to also get stronger, right? And dollar to fall. Okay, so we may see breakout of that. So breakout of this is struggling, all right? So sharp breakout can happen, and this can drive all the way back to that low. So if I'm gonna pull out gold chart, gold is a very much a nice lead for us to look for what we can have on the dollar. Okay, so breakout and continue to keep falling to the downside. All right, so let me close these charts, and then we're going to talk about. All right, so we have already spoken about the Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin still can continue, and now let's talk about the others. Okay, so very much clear. I think I have made my most of my case for this week clear. All right, so let's quickly look at them, and then we're going to talk about the crypto. All right, so we're going to talk about the crypto market. So all right, so I don't think I need to explain too much, guys. So it's very much clear. Okay, so you're looking for a sharp breakdown. Okay, so sharp breakdown, or go back up and test that top, and then you are looking. In case if you see that the price is going to visit that high, I'm not anticipating that, but in case if that happens, so the chart's still gonna stay bearish to the downside. All right, so dollar CAD. All right, this is what you are looking. Yeah, so that top to hold. All right, and continue to keep falling. All right, so euro dollar is also trying to break the top. Okay, this is where you're paying attention. Don't rush for buy at the current price. All right, you don't need to rush for buying at the current price. This is not a good buy. All right, this is not a good buy. Okay, so we still may test this low, this area, or even slightly can go lower than this. So this is where you're paying attention for, like this. This is what you are paying attention. All right, like that kind of trade you are looking. All right, so these are the targets you're setting up for the next wave. All right, like that. So this is not a good buy at the current price, simply. Okay, so do not chase it. Price can stay within this. I have shown you the previous example, 27 October example. Okay, we still may test that low for a while, for a couple of times, before we're gonna take off for the next move for upside, and we're not gonna see sharp move for upside before those events to unfold, the events which we have seen on the calendar. Yeah, so you don't need to rush. So similarly, okay, so we may see short-term sell opportunities before we're gonna have. Okay, so from these tops, like to this previous low, and then again you are looking for this buy from this previous low. All right, so price can stay for within these sideways before we're gonna have a continuation for upside. Yeah, so 3-minute trades I shown earlier. So we may get those short-term trades from that previous top to back to this low, and then again we can get a buy opportunities over there. So this is what you are looking. All right, counter move from that top, test that low, and then go back up like gold, leading us. All right, and there you are simply looking for buy within these areas. All right, so this is going to be the target, and all right, so you're looking for this move. All right, so that move to happen. So your short-term trade going to be within these areas. This is going to be the target, and in best case scenario, that's going to be the target, or continue to keep rising. Okay, so same move you are looking here on the New Zealand dollar. So this previous low to that top, and okay, best case scenario this high, and go all the way back to that high. Dollar shift to the opposite side. All right, so go down. Pound CAD also to start falling from that top. Pound New Zealand dollar to also hold that top and break down. Okay, so go down and towards the 28th December lows. All right, so there is the 28th December lows. So hold that previous high, this previous high, or this that top. All right, so pound Australian dollar also hold that top and start moving into to 28th December lows. Okay, so short-term trade going to be within this area, and that's what I have spoken about in the last previous weekly market outlook. All right, so you're watching them to hold that previous top, and all right, so this low or and this next leg to appear over there. Okay, so same, I mean, on the pound Australian dollar. Okay, so that top price already, you know, started to falling from that top, and 28th December lows to here. All right, that low to go into that. So hold that top and just keep falling. All right, so the only pair which tested that 20th December low was the Euro New Zealand dollar. Okay, and it went back to that top again. So same move, fall back to 28th December lows again. All right, and this previous low. So Aussie Chief. All right, so Aussie Chief can also, you know, to last week we were talking about this breakdown. Okay, we got a breakdown, and then again same from this previous top to hold and go down. All right, and Kiwi Chief also broken down. We spoke about that breakout, and we got a breakout. All right, and the next breakout to happen and continue to keep falling in this place to hold. All right, and continue to keep falling towards this previous low. All right, and this is what we were talking about to test that high. All right, that didn't hold that floors. You know, some price action appeared over there at this area. All right, but price just simply broke through that low and went lower. All right, so it didn't test that top. We were expecting it to test that top and then drop. So basically, this chart to still go back up. All right, but this is not a best, you know, buy again. As I said last week, that you know, not a good buy. Okay, but simply go back up, this chart to go back up, and just simply stay away at the moment from this chart. Okay, so Aussie Cat also going to be a good buy. All right, so Aussie Cat going to be a good buy too. So you simply paying attention at this low and go back up. All right, and in best case scenario, give us the whole leg higher. Right, all the way back to that previous top. So again, if I'm going to pull out the gold chart on it, all right, so gold already tested that 28 highs, 28 December. Okay, so if I'm going to look at the, all right, so we previously we saw that October, you know, move here in this area. All right, so very much similar formation. Okay, the formation which we are having right now. Aussie Cat formed that flag. All right, and then caught up the gold. Okay, and went higher. So same flag is just simply appearing over there at the current price. Okay, gold went higher. Market is very much showing that what move we can see over there. Okay, so just simply follow the gold. All right, and I mean, not, you know, buying the breakout. Okay, so pull back and test that low, and then okay, so Euro Pound to also go back up. Okay, same, very much similar analysis like last week. All right, so it held that low, and during the ECB rate decision, you're looking it to go back up. All right, this is the move which we are talking about. All right, so go back up and break through that wedge for upside. Okay, so go back up, and Pound Chief to go down. Pound Chief is still, you know, pushing higher, right? But this is what I'm still anticipating it to break down aggressively to the downside. All right, so yeah, that's what we are expecting. So go towards the 28th December lows. Okay, so I'm going to pull out. Gold is actually telling us that the, all right, so pound chief has, pound chief is still pushing higher. Okay, so if stronger sell-off comes, then you're really paying attention over there for this whole move to happen all the way back to that previous low, pound to go down. So your Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar was a good move. Okay, last week we were talking about a buy opportunity on this from this previous low, so it moved away from that low, and this is the current price is not a good where you should pay attention for more upside. All right, so you're looking for another test that previous low, and then you're paying attention. All right, so a kind of wedge to appear over there, and then simply test the previous low again. So if it tests, then you're looking for a buy opportunity again. So don't chase the price at the current. All right, like this. Get down for another leg and then give you a buy opportunity. Okay, so pay attention. It is at a good price at 105.50. 1055. Still a good price. Okay, so chief yen to drop. Okay, so again, specifically the inflation data and how OEDA is going to do that. All right, so breakdown to happen and continue to keep falling. Breakdown to happen or test the previous top and continue to keep falling. All right, so I think market is very much clear after having the move on gold. All right, so if I'm gonna pull out the gold chart again, invert it. All right, this is what you're looking. Okay, so gold 20th December low, so euro yen 20th December low comes at 155, almost a 10 1000 pip move to appear over there, or $10 move to appear over there on the euro yen. All right, so still can test the previous top. All right, and you're looking for again top to hold, and euro yen to again stop falling from that previous top. Okay, simple. All right, so same goes with the pound yen. So we got a sell off last week on the pound yen. All right, but it recovered. If I'm gonna pull out the dollar, a gold chart on it, all right, and invert that, 20th December lows. All right, so 20th December lows comes here at this area at 179. 190. So you're paying attention on that sell-off this week, guys. Okay, so it's at a good place. Good place if you. Yeah, so you pay attention and look for it to bang lower very, very aggressively and continue to keep falling. This breakdown to happen. Dollar yen also same. All right. Again, if I'm gonna pull out the gold chart, 20th December lows, so invert, lows come here, okay, and dollar yen to bang lower. All right, so CAD yen, okay, CAD yen slightly going down, flag is forming over there, so very much, it is very much on the card that we're going to test that top again, 111 again. All right, so some pairs are lagging for upside as dollar yen went higher back to that top, so it can test that top. So you're paying attention from that top. So OEDA comment going to be important. So if OEDA is going to say something and inflation numbers, so yeah, so 20th December lows come here at this previous low, so these areas, so just come within these areas. All right, and this area, so 106. So you're paying attention on the CAD yen. Okay, the same goes with the Uzi yen. Okay, so we got a sell off over there on the Uzi yen. Okay, but it's recovering again back to that top after the comments. Okay, so it is possible that we can test that high again. All right, before we're gonna drop, we can test that top. All right, but again drop from that top to continue to keep dragging lower. Okay, so again, if I'm gonna pull out the gold chart, invert that chart, so same analysis, go towards 20th December low. So 20th December lows somewhere here come at 96. So again, same analysis. Same goes the Kiwi yen. Kiwi yen was a big drop as compared to the others. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the again gold chart, invert that chart. So in terms of bigger time frame, we are having a huge, lag over there, and this is going to play out at some point. All right. So specifically, once we're going to have that policy change from the Bank of Japan. Okay, so you can see there. Okay, so this at some point we can see that this is going to play out. This is going to play out. All right. Okay, so the window is closing for the Bank of Japan. Okay, they are having 1 or 2 months, and then we're gonna see that the other banks. I mean, market is preparing for the rate cut. All right, in June or July for the other. I mean, for the ECB. ECB may be a first to cut the rate. Okay, so right now June meeting. All right, but maybe before that. All right, so you never know. Data can surprise that for the downside, so they can start cutting even earlier than. So the point here is that Bank of Japan having 2-3 months left, they have to make a decision either to get out from the ultra loose monetary policy or not. All right, and even if they are not going to make a decision, okay, we're gonna have other banks will start cutting the rates. All right, so once other banks will start cutting the rates, all right, so you're gonna see that their currency is gonna start falling. Right now, the only bank which is still holding the ultra loose monetary policy is the Bank of Japan. All right, inflation is high in the Japan. All right, they are not in the disinflation, but still saying that the inflation target hasn't met yet. All right, so their cycle is closing so fast. All right, so 2-3 months left, they have to make a decision. So if they are not making, other banks are cutting. All right, so the longer term, this is the longer term picture. Bank of Japan to come out from the negative interest rate policy, and the other banks to start cutting the rate. All right, and the Bank of Japan is lagging. All right, now this lag, which we can see over there on gold. All right, that has to, yen is a safe haven, gold is a safe haven. All right, so that has to play out at some point. Right, and we're gonna see there, you can see the similar pattern formation. All right, so, but yen went lower first. All right, and then gold started to follow. The whole move came over there. Okay, but what happened here? Gold, all right, so maintain its trend. Okay, yen maintain its trend with the gold. All right, but gold still keep rising. All right, the yen went after into the other direction, caused by the Bank of Japan ultra loose monetary policy. All right, now we're gonna see this to play out at some point very, very aggressively to the downside. All right, so that kind of drop we are anticipating. All right, then this wedge is also telling us that buyers are struggling, and at any time we can see aggressive sell-off. So this is a bigger time frame, analysis. All right, so the higher the lower the yen goes, this gap gonna get wider. All right, this gap gonna get wider. So currently, you are expecting the 28 December low. So, and dollar and Kiwi too. Kiwi can test that top. All right. So this is not a. I mean, the only exception is if sharp breakout is coming, then you are anticipating, looking for sell over there. All right. Otherwise, it can retest that top before we're gonna get down to the downside. As the only currency which is lagging is the New Zealand dollar among the other yen pairs. Okay, so we got a next leg higher on the Euro CAD, all right, and very much similar like last week. All right, so continue to keep rising. Not a best pair. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, but continue to keep rising on lower time frame, 4-hour time frame. Continue to keep rising. CAD shift to the opposite side. I'm gonna ignore this. Okay, we still can see another leg lower. So these charts. All right, these charts are same again. The chief charts. All right, so we still can see trending move to the downside, but longer term. Okay, we haven't seen a drop on the inflation. If inflation dropped, then there was a chance that the chief can drop very, very aggressively lower, but that didn't happen. So the inflation data, the inflation data, did not surprise. Number 4 there. Okay, this chief inflation did not surprise. So for longer term, breakout for upside. For short term, one more leg lower. Chinese yuan has said that one more breakout to the downside. Okay, breakdown. And if I'm going to look at this Euro Chief, all right, so Euro Chief are doing good, all right, so Euro Chief is doing good actually. Okay, as said in the previous weekly market outlook, this is what we are anticipating. So the higher the Euro Chief goes, So basically what's happening right now, okay, if I'm going to invert that chart, I'm going to pull out the Kiwi yen chart on top of that. Okay, I said that last week as well. Okay, that's why you're trying to catch the top. Okay, look at that. So just invert that chart. So that's why you are trying to catch the top on yen pairs. Okay, so the lower the euro, the higher the euro chief goes, okay, that means in next couple of months, the move which we are going to see, 1 or 2 months, the wave we are going to see is this, all right, on yen pairs. That's the wave. And yields, okay, not just on yield, all pairs, gold. Sorry, gold has already done that, all right, but yields, all right, so yields, bonds, they are heading towards the weekly top. T-bond features, the trade I have shown on the T-bond features, 1 to 15, target is going to happen. All right, so we are heading towards that. Rate cut talk is going to take place. All right, so we are going to, this move. All right, this move. So yeah, that's what you are looking at, right? So yeah, so the higher the euro chief goes is a good sign for the rest of the market. So yeah, so we are looking it to continue, but as I said, that one more leg can appear over there. Still one more leg possibility, right? Less likely, but yeah. So not shorting, just using it as an indication for what we may see on the rest of the market. Okay, so as long as you see that the euro keeps rising against the chief, okay, you're not gonna get the drop on the other chief pairs. All right, other chief pairs. So understand that, guys. So have shown drop on the dollar chief, Aussie chief, Kiwi chief, pound chief, yeah, all those pairs. You're not gonna get that one more leg lower. So keep your risk accordingly. Okay, so indices, okay, indices still bullish. I think similar analysis like the week before, all right? So short-term bullish, and watch out for the Paul testify, all right? So this previous low to hold, and this move, okay, or next leg higher to appear over there, right? This support to hold. So simply because a short-term continuation for more upside. So yeah, you are having what lead over there already on the Nasdaq 100 index. It broke out. Okay, so Dow is still sitting over there. So you can look. Let me make it more clear for you. Okay, so you already got that next leg higher on the Nasdaq 100 index higher. Nasdaq 100 went up. Okay, so this is same trade you are looking here. How you can set your target here to here. All right, so short-term target gonna be that top. All right, and stop behind that, copy, clone, go back up, and extend up to 141 or this previous top. All right, so that's what you are basically searching on the Dow. This top, all right, so stop behind these areas, and continue to keep pushing more upside for the next leg higher. Okay, so you are looking this move to extend up to 41. Makes sense, yeah? So you're looking that kind of trade. Okay, so Nasdaq is already pushing higher. We were anticipating it to pull back up to this previous low last week, but it held the moving averages and just simply broke out. All right, and still looking for this to pull back and a short-term continuation. All right, so short-term stay trending and get ready for a bigger pullback. Okay, so S&P 500 also did that. We were anticipating another pullback on the on the S&P 500. Okay, so we were last week we were talking about pullback and go, so flag appeared and broke out, so still short-term continuation. So what you're simply expecting another or you're expecting a triangle, guys. Okay, so which is better support area to look for. Triangle. Okay, this support area to hold, or moving averages to hold and continue. Okay, very much similar like the Dow 30, yeah, kind of trade setup. All right, so short-term continuation for up to 41 or 61 within these areas. Short-term continuation, like have shown previously here at this area. Okay, that trade in the previous weekly market outlook. All right, so same trade, so stay trending for short-term. And finally, we can see that the US 2000 is also catching up. All right, so long way to go for the Russell 2000. It can catch up very, very quickly. So catching up, I'm saying that move to happen since we went into that sideways, that the US Russell can catch up. All right, this area, so it went lower, and then so this is still I mean still behind. All right, so still a big move, US Russell 2000. So if I'm gonna go and look at the NAS 100 comparison with it, all right, so we can see that the Nasdaq 100 index broke through the previous top, and the US Russell 2000 and 3000, right, so they'll still have to catch up that. So pushing higher, all right, again a deeper pullback going to be a good idea, great idea, or flat formation or expanding triangle formation. So better, I mean, do not chase on lower time frame for more upside. Okay, so I mean, even you can trade, all right, you can trade even on lower time frame for more upside, but the good thing is that the deeper the pullback, the better the longer term position you're going to get on it. All right, and if you're going to chase the current price for more upside, okay, so you may not get a good entry for holding longer term to that position for more upside. All right, so I mean, for short term, it's okay. So it's okay to trade for short term and keep taking your trades off, yeah, on lower time frame. But for a bigger move, okay, at least a bigger pullback. I mean, to hold the trade for longer term, need a bigger pullback, something like that, to test the previous low. All right, so we still got a good, the companies which are there in that 2000 index, Russell 2000 index. All right, 2000 companies, yeah, so we may see some decent buying on those 2000 companies individually, and 30% rise can appear over there on US Russell 2000, yeah. So you can buy those companies individually. If you don't, I mean, you can get more potential over there, more potential on those companies. All right, but for that you have to dig it out, that which are good and highly correlated with the US Russell 2000 and can aggressively rise during that. Okay, so it's a similar, I mean, it's a similar strategy, similar kind of stuff. I mean, if you look at the US 30, all right, there are 30 companies, all right, and we can say that 10 to 15 companies are holding that US 30 index higher, all right, or similar in the Nasdaq 100 index. 10-15 big companies, they are holding Nasdaq 100 index higher, and many of them are still lagging and even not tag the previous all-time high, so they can catch up to at some point. All right, so similarly, similar stuff going to happen here on the US Russell 3000 companies, which are some of them going to start rising aggressively. All right, and like Nvidia is holding the US 500, S&P 500 higher, Nasdaq 100 higher. Nvidia is the main, and Apple, Microsoft, these big names are playing it right now. So similarly, you have to dig it out, that which companies can rise very, very aggressively, and you can have more potential on them. All right, so these US 2000, all right. So it's a simple stuff, all right. You don't need to think about that a lot. So these are small caps, US, Russell 2000, small caps, small companies, all right, which are right now, the reason why they stuck into that bigger sideways market is the higher interest rate, all right. So higher interest rate caused that index to stay in that sideways market for longer than the bigger caps, all right. So we saw that the bigger caps, they did not remain into that sideways market for that much longer, and they started to take off. All right, so if I'm going to look at the Nasdaq index, there we can see that. So we did not see, look at this area. Okay, so we are still within that sideways market on the US Russell 2000. So at Nasdaq index, so there are 100 companies, all right. So Nasdaq 100 big companies, large caps, all right. So US Russell 2000 small caps. All right, but the longer term direction is very much clear on the US Russell 2000, okay, the bullish, and the Nasdaq index, which is broke out already that top, all right, and this to break out that top, or at least test that high 2025, all right, so 2500, test that top. So comparison, so US large caps are rising means that small caps will follow up. Okay, so simple analysis, simple. Yeah, small caps to rise to. So that's why you're looking. Continue, not a difficult kind of stuff. So easy stuff. So German 30 also pushing higher. Last week we were talking about lower time frame. Okay, continuation here at this area. So short term, buy opportunity at this area, okay, and we saw that a complete leg appeared over there from this previous low, right? This previous low, whole leg is appeared over there. So same again, guys, stay trending, use stop loss when you're buying these indices over there at that top. Trade for short term on these indices at the current price. Don't trade for them at longer term. Yeah, so bigger pullback again is due, something like that. Okay, a bigger pullback is due. We may see bigger pullback like that. Okay, so stay short term bullish, trade on lower time frame. Okay, so buy only for short term. If you you want to trade, how to trade for short term on these indices for on lower time frame. Okay, join us then. Okay, what you are looking, okay, again, same, pay attention at these areas for short term buy opportunities. This is not the way we trade. Okay, I'm just showing you randomly. Okay, we trade slightly differently. Okay, so you're looking for this continuation for short term upside on your 5 minute time frames. Okay? 5 minute or 3 minute time frame. So short term stay bullish. Okay, and once price start falling aggressively, then you are looking for a pullback. So stay trending as long as prices just keep pushing higher on lower time frame, and don't trade on them without stop loss. If you're gonna trade on them without stop loss, all right, then you may end up having all your capital lost. All right, so yeah, so similar. Last week we were talking about a short-term continuation trade at this area. I haven't changed my structure. Okay, so still pushing higher. So short-term, these support areas to hold, right? Simple support areas to hold and continue. Nothing changed on these, and get ready for a pullback. Okay, for Frank 40 is also set to break out for more upside. All right, so same like last week. Okay, so these support areas to hold and stay sideways within that. All right, so that short-term trade, UK 100 index to fall to this previous low, and then UK 100 index is not at the best spot at the moment. Okay, so test that low and then you're looking for a buy. So it's just one-way direction. Okay, and you are looking for again a pullback and continue. Again, short-term, guys, these are short-term trades I'm showing. So you're looking for them to pull back and continuation. on the only trending move. Okay, so 1 hour time frame pullback and stay trending. All right, so pullback and trending, and get ready for a bigger drop, bigger pullback. Okay, so I'm gonna ignore this. It's also breaking higher, and just keep pushing higher. Okay, so yeah, stay trending. Short term as said. Okay, so I'm gonna ignore the Chinese indices as well, but they are bullish for longer term. So what's on gold? Okay, what we can expect on gold. Okay, so gold, still pushing higher, right? But the longer term perspective is that we are still within that bullish trend, by the way. All right, so bang. It's just, that's very old chart. Okay, so we are still within that bullish trend. So what we can expect, the trades we have shown on lower time frame, for 4 hour time frame, those trades are for this week. But looking at the gold at the current price, okay, so we may see a bigger pullback on gold. Okay, so simply this top, all right, so we can get a breakout of that. We obviously gonna get that breakout on gold for longer term, for upside. Okay, so we are not talking about that. So longer term direction is still a bullish on gold. All right, so if you guys, you need to look at this. US money supply. All right, so US money supply is increasing. Okay, so is in a longer term bullish trend. Okay, as long as we see that the money supply is sitting at 21 trillion, we can say that. Okay, as long as this money supply is rising, okay, you're gonna see that the gold gonna stay trending for upside. All right, so once we're gonna see that the money supply is shrinking, all right, going down, we're gonna see that the gold also gonna drag lower. So as long as this trend is not changing, okay, you can expect the gold to reverse that bullish trend for longer term. So simply money supply is increasing, gold will stay trending. Okay, but what happening right now is that the higher interest rates, okay, the higher interest rate when led us that money supply topped over there. All right, at we can say that the 21 trillion, 21.6 trillion. All right, and that's the reason we are having this bigger sideways market on the gold. Okay, and right now we are not expecting money supply to start rising so aggressively for upside. Okay, and similarly we are expecting another leg lower on gold for on this daily time frame chart. Okay, another leg lower, test these areas, and all right, and then again we'll see if we're gonna have a buy opportunity on gold. So money supply is still increasing. As long as money supply will keep rising, the trend will stay intact on gold. Okay, but from current price, from current price, you are expecting gold to fall sharply and continue to keep falling all the way towards this previous low. So what is the indication? We don't have any indication that the gold gonna fall from this top or not. Okay, but what can drive that? If gold break through that 2100, you're gonna see that the panic from this the Fed or fixing, some kind of fixing can happen over there. Gold price fixing. All right, so paper price can fall aggressively. So gold is a manipulated price simply. So manipulation can happen, and you can have a aggressive sell-off which can drive all the way back to that low. So in simple words, you are watching the price action, looking for some comments to come into the market, okay, and stronger sell-off to happen like that. Okay, so watch that specifically during the Powell speech. Okay, so similar sell-off came here at this area and it dropped, and the sell-off came here, so we are back at the top. Okay, so you are watching it very, very closely and looking for a stronger aggressive sell-off to happen. People, those who are selling it based on resistance areas within these areas, okay, they cooked. Okay, so they cooked, and these areas that the resistance is holding and just sell, so they cooked. So resistance, yeah, it can work sometime, support can work sometime, sometime, most of the time you're going to see that the support and resistance not going to work, specifically in the trending market for one direction, whatever the direction is. All right, so it is trying to find a new resistance right now. Okay, it can hold that, or it may hold that, or it may not hold that and can go higher than that. So there is, you don't know when intervention going to happen, and when big players going to come in and going to drive the price aggressively lower. So you have to wait for them and watch price for them to appear, and if that happens, you are just simply looking it to go down. All right, so it's back at the weekly resistance. All right, back at weekly top. You can expect it to fall aggressively lower and go down, back within these sideways market. All right, so very much. So if you want me to look at the bigger time frame, okay, so the bigger time frame is simply a continuation. Okay, this like that. Okay, this is what you are expecting. If I'm going to draw arrows on that. Okay, one more leg. So right now, why we are not anticipating gold to continue its bullish trend? Okay, another reason for that is the inflation. Okay, so gold is inflationary hedge. When inflation is coming, you're going to see that the gold price is going to start rising. Simple. Okay, so more likely you're going to see that the gold, even if it slightly goes beyond that top, okay, so still going to be a pressure for this to come down. So the main reason for that to happen is the inflation. I'm going to stay into that inflation. IRY. So USIRYY. So main reason is the inflation. Okay, so if you're gonna look at this, let's look at this previous one, this previous trend. All right, so inflation was falling here. Okay, when we saw inflation at around 4 previously. All right, so inflation was falling. All right, so gold was falling too at that time. Okay, so inflation was rising, gold was rising. So it's again the money supply. All right, so money supply rise, goes higher before the inflation. So there we can see that what we are anticipating here right now. Okay, there you can see there within this circle, you clearly can see the inflation hedge. Okay, within this area. Okay, there we can see clearly the inflation hedge. Okay, so if I'm going to pull out the money supply on top of that, let's look at that. All right, so money supply was increasing, here within this area too. So this is the blue is a money supply. All right, so gold, the big players or the central bank started to buy gold before, and then they saw that the inflation was coming. All right, money supply started to increase, and then we saw that the inflation started to rise. Okay, now this chart is telling us very much clearly that we may not see next breakout like this. Okay, and this for upside, next breakout may not happen. All right, the other point here that the gold gonna continue to keep pushing higher. People are saying that the yield's gonna fall. All right, and falling yields gonna cause the gold to continue to keep rising. That's what people are saying. Okay, what they're saying that now rates gonna come down, okay, and falling rates gonna help gold to continue to keep its bullish trend for upside. But the first thing we need to understand that why interest rates gonna fall. All right, why rates gonna go down. Okay, this is USINTR. Okay, this is what people are talking about. The rates are higher. Okay, rates gonna come down. Okay, when the rates gonna come down, we're gonna see gold will rise. That's what they're saying. All right, or if I'm gonna pull out another chart on it, okay, yield chart. US 10-year, US 10 Year yield's gonna be okay. Okay, so they're saying that the yield's gonna fall, okay, and gold gonna continue to keep rising. But we need to understand that, and in first place, we need to understand that why rates will come down. Okay, so where is the rate chart? The interest rate chart. All right, this is the interest rate chart. All right, so the blue one, the yellow one, sorry. So they're saying that the rate's gonna come down, okay, yield's gonna come down, and we're gonna see that the gold gonna continue to keep rising. Okay, but first place we need to understand that why rates will fall, why yields will fall and rates will fall, which will cause them to go down. So it's the inflation which is going to bring them down. So if inflation will keep falling, that will cause them to continue to keep falling. All right, so what these higher rates are doing right now, all right, so they're shrinking the money supply. All right, and if money supply is falling, then we can expect the gold to continue to keep rising. All right, or here you can see that the gold was rising, and then we saw that inflation. So people bought gold before inflation come, or we can say that the gold was inflationary hedge. People saw that the inflation was coming, they bought gold. All right, but now inflation is going down, and more likely we're going to see that the inflation going to fall below zero. All right, we're gonna fall into disinflation like China is facing right now. All right, and the rate's going to go down. So we can expect gold to continue its trend. So we are going to see disinflation. All right. So you are not going to see inflation. So disinflation going to cause gold to stay sideways or bigger weekly drop. Okay, so that's the point behind that. The gold may not rise for the next leg higher up to 25 or 3,000. Okay, and can stay into that bigger weekly sideways market for longer term till we see bottom on inflation. And once the next inflationary cycle will come, then we can see the gold gonna continue its bullish trend for upside. Okay, so right now market is setting up for disinflationary move. Okay, so that disinflationary move can cap the gold to stay bigger weekly sideways. Okay, and may not break out for next leg higher. All right, so yeah, in case if something happens and inflation take off from the current from 3 and start rising again back to that 10%, then you can expect, yes, gold is going to break out the 2100 and easily going up to 3,000. Okay, but right now this is not the lead which we are having, that the inflation gonna take off from 3% and gonna head towards 10% again. If that happens, then obviously gold is going to break through that. Okay, so this is not the case here at the moment. All right, the case here is that the China is struggling. All right, so CNIRYY, that the Chinese headline inflation is fallen deep into negative territory. All right, so China is facing deep disinflation. Okay, and we're gonna have similar kind of move in the US, and the yield's gonna come down, rates gonna come down, and very likely we're gonna see that the gold gonna stay into weekly sideways market. So hopefully you understand my point, guys. So those who think that the gold is an inflationary hedge, right now it's not inflationary hedge. Okay, so right now it is it's gonna follow the disinflation. All right, and more likely we're gonna have very much similar kind of big sideways market on gold like we have seen back in 2011 to 2015, 4 years. All right, so gold 4 years or almost 7 years. All right, so 7 years gold remain into that sideways market. Okay, it also remained into that 1300 days. All right, so 1300 days, if I'm going to look at this date to that date, so already spent 4 years, almost 4 years. All right, it's already 4 years that the gold went into that sideways market. Yeah, so for another 3 years or 4 years, we can stay into that sideways market. So the point here is that, again, if I'm going to talk about the lower time frame, you are simply watching the current time frame, and if sharp sell-off comes over there, and then you're looking it to drop very, very aggressively to the downside into that bigger weekly sideways market. Bang. Let's move on to the silver. So silver, you are looking for a buy. All right, so it broke out. All right, so may continue to keep rising, but I wouldn't suggest you to chase that. Okay, what I will suggest you to look for another leg lower first, okay, and test that low, very much similar like the euro dollar chart, okay, and then looking for this move and go towards that 28th December high. So silver going to be a buy from this previous support areas on that 4-hour time frame. Okay, so oil to go down. Okay, oil to go down and from this current price and continue to keep heading towards that previous support area. All right, so head towards that previous low. So watch carefully, okay? We don't have a signal that the gold gonna drop from current price, but that's what you are watching. So resistance area. Okay, so natural gas is just simply bounced off aggressively from that low, showing you that trade. All right, in my previous weekly market outlook, that was a nice buy opportunity was appearing over there on the natural gas at this area. It was a perfect cheap trade. All right, that was a cheap trade at 150 wherever you have bought that, right? It's about 158. It was a cheap trade. So yeah, we were anticipating it to remain sideways, okay, but so far we can see that that's not happening. All right, so it's not staying into that sideways, big sideways market like that. All right, so it took almost how long it took from this to, it took almost 195 days before it took off from that low. All right, so I would suggest you to chase to buy natural gas at $2. It's expensive, okay, but still can continue. It's expensive. Previously we saw that when it came up to previously here at this area, all right, we saw that it was struggling at this area, okay, at $2 and then took off from $2. It is 190. It is still cheap, okay, but what I will suggest you to do not chase as weather is changing, okay. We still may see a quick drop on it, and it still can test that previous lows. So patiently wait for another leg lower, all right, and if it tests that low, then you are looking for, okay, so another double bottom. All right, so double bottom going to be all right. Double bottom at 160 is also a good price. All right, so 158, all these prices are good, okay, but as long as it keeps pushing higher, you only can look for a continuation trade. Okay, so for continuation trade, let me tell you how to look for continuation trade. Okay, pull out your trend. Okay, so watch these areas. Whenever price comes and fall back within the moving averages, you pay attention. All right, these areas. So next test of the moving averages fall somewhere within these areas. All right, so if price come and fall and hold, all right, so fall, hold, and then you are paying attention. Fall, hold like it did within these areas, okay, and then you are looking for the next leg continuation for upside. All right, so another pullback or retest the previous low. So natural gas is a good buy. So copper, someone was asking for the copper. Okay, so I'm expecting copper to test that previous low. All right, so hold that resistance. Copper to fall and test that previous low. So simple analysis. Why copper to fall? Because inflation is going down. Okay, so inflation is going down, and we are expecting copper. We are expecting inflation to go much lower. All right, below 2%, or just simply fall below 0, go simply into negative territory. And if that happens, then obviously we can see that the copper will also continue to keep dragging lower. Okay, so inflation is ahead right now, we can say that. And inflation is also went into a bigger correction, we can say there, the triangle formation. Okay, and once that triangle breaks to the downside, all right, we're gonna see these assets also gonna fall very, very aggressively to the downside. The triangle which we are having here. So since June, July. Okay, since July we can see that the inflation went into triangle, and we are having very much similar kind of triangle or sideways market on copper and on other commodities like oil is also went into that kind of mess. So expecting inflation to continue and copper to continue too, guys. So those who are trading on copper, so buy is not copper is not at a good buy. All right, so I have also talked about the yen pairs. So yen is a buy. It is at a current weekly top. Okay, so you're looking for yen to buy. Okay, so what makes your yen buy is sensible? The Euro Chief. If we talk about the Euro Chief, all right, so we knew that the new high was coming on the yen pairs. Okay, let me talk about quickly, and then we're going to talk about the crypto. All right, so we knew before that top is in place right now, right? The any pair. Let's talk about the CAD yen. All right, so actually okay, so what has caused that to happen? Simply, okay, so we can see here at this chart, it took a new low here. All right, and at that time the yen pairs were dropped from that high, so they dropped. So yen pairs, they dropped from that high. Okay, so euro dropped aggressively against the chief. So chief went higher. Yeah, so safe haven, risk on currency, and CAD, risk on currency and safe haven. So there we saw the strength on the safe haven, all right? But then again, the chief went higher very, very aggressively. So the point here is that the point here is that let me invert that chart. Okay, and this is your weekly top. Okay, so this is your weekly top on, let me pull out the exact date. Let's pull out this. All right, so this is your weekly top. So now you can keep that chart. All right, so take this screenshot and keep that screenshot for, let's say, a couple of months, 1 to 2 months. Okay, and after 1 to 2 months, we'll see where the CAD yen gonna be. All right, so we saw that new look formed over there on the Euro Chief, and we knew that the new high was coming over there on yen pairs. All right, and the current new high is just forming over there on the yen pairs. Okay, now we have a lead over there on the Euro Chief. Euro Chief is reversed from that new low and heading towards that weekly top 16 January high, and that's what we are expecting. All right, so yen pairs to test that weekly high, and that's what I have shown across the market. All right, this is what I have shown across the market. Okay, what I have, if I'm gonna pull out the inflation chart, let's say inflation chart is here on the US inflation. Okay, and if I'm gonna invert that, all right, so inflation is, this is the inflation. Okay, and if I'm gonna pull out the yield, okay, so let's say interest rate, let's pull out the US interest rate. All right, so that has made my chart look so remove that. Okay, and pull out the 10-year yield. okay, which is highly correlated with the yen pairs. Okay, so this chart is telling us clearly, okay, this is the lead. Okay, so this is the lead we got. This is the lead from the previous low, and this lead is on the euro chief. This lead is telling us that we are heading towards that 16 January. Okay, and I want to see euro chief to just keep pushing higher. I want to see this pair to just be aggressive. Okay, all right, the sharper the strength going to be on the euro chief, okay, the quicker the drop going to be on the yields. Okay, the quicker the yields going to drop. I mean, the quicker the market going to price in for a rate cut. That's the point. Okay, quickly we're going to see that the market going to start pricing in for rate cuts. All right, so previously market priced in for March rate cuts. All right, and then again market repriced after central bank said that they are not looking to cut the interest rate. They are looking to hold the interest rate higher for longer. All right, so higher for longer caused that new low on the euro chief. All right, and higher for longer caused that new low on the yen pairs. Okay, and higher for longer caused that yields to go into that weekly correction, which is breaking right now on 4-hour daily time frame, which has shown you, I mean, T-bond buy features to buy setup over there. Okay, and US 2-year yield already falling. So the lower, I mean, gold has already tested that 28 December highs. Okay, is a sign that the yields are also falling, and dollar is set to fall. So I mean, that's why you're paying attention on the yen pairs. Okay, and yen pairs are good to watch for a bigger drop is ahead over there, right? And weekly top. I mean, if you miss the buy on the euro chief, okay, there are still many pairs which are sitting at that top, weekly top, where you can get a good longer term positions to hold. Hopefully you understand that. So we got a lead on the euro chief. Okay, after a couple of months we will see that where the yield's going to be, I mean, what, and where the yen pair is going to be. Okay, so hopefully you understand that. So where we were talking about at the copper, so copper continue. Okay, so copper to continue, and we have spoken already. So in the stocks, Neo is a buy. All right, so Neo is a longer term buy that wedge to break out for upside for longer term. Spoken about that last week, hasn't changed anything. All right, so you're looking for a longer term buy. AMD bank, we saw a breakout for upside. Okay, this is what we were talking about. So AMD got more potential as we compare to the Nvidia now. All right, so AMD is catching up, simply just rising. Yeah, last week we were talking about this low to hold. Yeah, but it didn't, it simply broke out. So what you're expecting again, another retest of the moving averages and trend to hold. Okay, if another pullback comes, I have already spoken about the pound. All right, so for short term, we can see that the pound is going down. All right, for 3 minute. For short term 3 minute trades, that the pound is heading towards the 26,660. All right, as we can see that the euro is already falling down. Okay, but for 4-hour time frame, pound to go towards the 28th December high, like gold. All right, charts are there on my Telegram. So here on AMD, another 4-hour time frame pullback or test the moving averages, okay, and then stay trending. We may see, continuation of that trend. I talked about that last week as well, guys. We broke out. We still can see more strength on it, all right. And any pullback, you see that gonna be a 4-hour time frame, position to hold and continue to keep rising for upside. Okay, Oracle. Okay, so this is still same, not moving much. Apple is a buy. All right, so talked about that last week, went slightly lower. Okay, but still you're looking for this to that trade. All right, okay, so this trade setup, just adjust your position. If not in, then you're looking at the current price to hold. And okay, so chart is there. You're gonna get that pound chart here on my Telegram. Okay, so gold, Apple is a buy, And Microsoft also, again, very much same. We got some strength on it, Microsoft. All right, hold this low and go higher. Nvidia gone higher for another leg. All right, and that's what we had spoken about that last week. All right, so these support areas to hold and trade for short term and continue to keep rising for another leg higher. So all right, so we saw that correction. We saw that correction on indices as well. Okay, and the indices broken out. Nvidia is broken out. All right, and yes, we need another correction on Nvidia. Okay, another correction. If another moving averages to come out, another correction to form. Okay, moving averages to hold, and again continuation. So it's gone. Not much over there. If another pullback comes, then you are again looking for same scenario continuation. Okay, Google is dragging lower. Okay, and we were expecting that support to hold. We're still gonna stay bullish on Google. All right, Google is going towards the opposite direction. Basically, they are showing us that a correction is due. Right, they are falling while the rest of these big names are falling, while the rest of the indices are keep pushing higher. Okay, so that means we still may see a deeper pullback on the equities. Okay, and we're gonna stay bullish on these big names. Okay, Microsoft also broke out for the next leg low and next leg higher. Another correction is needed. All right, for a time frame correction, maybe we're gonna have next week. So Meta also pushing higher. All right, so Meta also pushing higher. So yeah, stay trending as long as the indexes are Meta gone through that high. Yeah, they're very, very strong. So we were talking about that buy opportunities at this area, and since 120. So that next leg is just simply appearing over there. Okay, so stay trending, and don't have much on this. Okay, and pullback needed over there for an okay, pullback. Can't do much on this. Tesla is a buy. All right, so Tesla is saying that so long that the Tesla is a buy. Tesla is a buy. So Tesla is moving away slowly. So Tesla has to catch up. Tesla has to catch up the rest of the market. So Tesla, Netflix is pushing again, heading towards that high. Okay, so last week we had that structure. So we need another 4-hour time frame pullback, and that to continue. All right, so Intel also going to be a buy for longer term. All right, Intel moving, but moving slowly. So if I'm going to put AMD on top of that, AMD, okay, not Nvidia, AMD is telling us that Intel has to catch up. And last week we saw that there was a news from the Intel and saying that they're gonna make more AI based chips and PCs in millions. Yeah, so I don't remember the exact numbers. That was a good news, but we haven't saw a jump on that. On the Intel, we haven't saw a jump because of that news. Okay, but yes, they are doing something good stuff which can play out, and we can see that the Intel can also catch up like the AMD and Nvidia. Okay, so this is a longer term position, guys, longer term trade. You have a decent patience over there when you're gonna start looking for or buy on the Intel. All right, so these areas, these support areas, you're paying attention. And the short to medium term trade gonna be that, and longer term trade is that break through the high, break through the top. Bitcoin, interesting. Okay, so we can see that the Bitcoin can break through the previous top. Okay, so Bitcoin is breaking and pushing higher. So the trades were not on the Bitcoin. Okay, you might have bought a Bitcoin, but according to my point of view, I think the trade's going to be on the altcoins. Okay, so they're going to catch up. They're going to rise. Okay, they're going to rise, but right now they are struggling. They are definitely going to rise. Okay, but I don't think so. We have bottomed on the Chinese market yet till we see first rate cut in the West. Okay, once we're going to see that the first rate cut is coming in the West, then you're going to see that what happened, by the way, right now, right? So higher rates cause the money to flow to go away from the China, right? And go into the higher yields assets, all right? That's why China is struggling. So that money can flow back once rates start to fall, and the Chinese assets can start playing out again really well. Okay, so I was looking at this. Yeah, let's look at this. Okay, so when I was talking about that, the BTC caught up the Nasdaq 100 index. Okay, so in this weekly market outlook, I have spoken about the setups on the crypto market. Okay, so continuation trade opportunities on 22nd. Yeah, so in the weekly market outlook from 22nd January to 26. So let's look at this quickly, and then we're going to talk about what next. So I'm going to fast forward that, right? So 125 going to be okay. Let's watch. We clearly can see that, all right, Nasdaq 100X broke through the top, and the Bitcoin is still struggling at this. So I'm going to start it again, guys. 100X for next leg higher, okay, back to that 70K mark. So we still, we still got a risk for this move, okay? It is not following the Nasdaq 100X at the moment, as we clearly can see that, all right, Nasdaq 100X broke through the top, and the Bitcoin is still struggling at this high, this area. So divergence is coming over there between the BTC and the Nasdaq 100X, the tech stock. Both are going into the opposite direction. So that's why, guys, we cannot ignore another leg higher, as I said, that in lower time frame. Okay, so it still can catch up very, very aggressively for upside back to that high. I mean, like Nasdaq 100X, the way Nasdaq 100X is doing, so that can happen. So you cannot say that that cannot happen. So we were using the inflation, the copper, and the interest rates, which were telling us that we are going for a big sideways market on the BTC back to that previous low before we're gonna have another leg higher. So that's our base case. Okay, but the change is coming here. Okay, Nasdaq 100X. This might be a lead for the crypto to go for another leg higher. Right. So we are not changing into that direction yet on the crypto. All right. But you guys need to understand that this picture also possible on Bitcoin. Okay. And as I said, that we still can see another leg higher. Okay, and how far that leg goes, we'll see. Okay, so yeah, that's the case. So how to trade? All right, the question is how to trade. For us right now, there is no trade on the Bitcoin. Okay, and if you are trading on short term or whatever, and you're looking to trade on it, all right, so you need a very sharp breakout like this. Okay, this wedge is generally a trend reversal sign. Okay, when price slows down within that wedge for the downside, gives us a clue that the breakout is going to happen. Okay, and if a breakout happens, then you can chase that into that direction. All right, so a kind of neutral analysis we are having. Okay, but right now on the Ethereum, we are having a bearish opportunity. Ethereum to just keep going down, finish the wave back at that low 21. Shown that at the start, guys. Okay, so Ethereum to just keep dragging lower, finish the move at the bottom. And if we're gonna get a buy opportunity over there on the Bitcoin, yeah, if Bitcoin moves away for another leg higher as shown. Okay, so you're catching up the Ethereum. Okay, from this low, like previously there was a buy opportunity there. Okay, so that's your Ethereum chart. And others, okay, others still can drag lower. Like last we were expecting them to test that low. They are still under pressure, as we can see that the Bitcoin is under pressure. Okay, so they are not ready to jump into the trade yet. Okay, but as I said, that if you see that the breakout is coming on Bitcoin for another leg, okay, the wedge is breaking out, then you're gonna get a buy opportunity on these charts too. They still can drag more lower, these charts. All right, so Luna to go down all the way up to 5, and Luna Classic to go all the way up to 5, and Luna to go all the way up to 38. Okay, Rose is falling, and Rose also can drag lower. Once we're going to see that the Bitcoin is jumping, okay, so we're going to see they will also go for another leg higher. All right, so same like last week, still dragging lower. Yeah, this is the only chart which tested the low and went higher, I guess, looping for one-on-one target. And this is Avalanche, still can drag more lower. Okay, it's not ready to jump in and still can drag more lower. Nem, did not tag that low. Yeah, and just went higher ballistically for next leg higher. Okay, so it's gone, did not test that low which we were talking about last week. All right, so VeChain still can drag more lower, as we can see that the Bitcoin is still under pressure. Near Bitcoin is under pressure. This can goes down to flow. Same picture. All right, so I guess these are the only charts we have seen last week. Okay, so enough for this week, right? So enough for today. And okay, so let's watch for how dollar does, all right? And the charts we have just shown for this week. So silver. Okay, so we saw that watch this week and watch this week weekly market outlook, and the other one going to be this. All right, so watch these. All right, so 20. You already saw that 22nd. All right, so 22nd January. So watch 11 December and find crypto within these weekly market outlook. Okay, so we've spoken about the buy opportunities when the Bitcoin was sitting up over here at this area, okay, at this place. I spoken about that move. Okay, and in the best possible, the Nasdaq 100 index. All right, so let us that move was possible. Okay, and the point here is that the other coins, they are sitting behind, guys. That's the point. Okay, so BNB, if you are holding BNB is also taking off, and now there is a very, very good chance that the BNB also can tag that high. So let's first of all talk about that lower time frame. All right, the lower time frame, 4 hour time frame move place. Okay, so where we were talking about the Bitcoin at this area, that place, we got a breakout correction and bang. And last week we were talking about this flag. Okay, and currently it is still bullish. So the move was there. So you're gonna see there where I was showing buy opportunities, this flag on these altcoins, that was the buy opportunities. Okay, that place there I was talking about the buy opportunity, BNB and on other coins. So since then we can see that the rise is 47%, all right, on the BNB, and the rise on the Bitcoin is 70%. Okay, we can see that the 70% rise, okay, and 48% rise. But the potential here is on the BNB. Okay, so BNB still, can continue towards a high. Okay, that's the point. This is the point which you need to understand, that we still can see more upside on the BNB and other coins. So specifically the Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum can go and take out that high. All right, so there where I was talking about the BNB, I was showing buy setup even at this place. All right, at this place, at that place on the 2 hour on a BNB. So BNB, this is just an example. All right, just an example to understand that the pairs which are coins which are lagging, okay, they can play out that catch-up move. That's the point to understand. All right, so if I'm going to talk about in a different way so that you guys can understand that the catch-up move can happen over there. For that I need to look at the All right, look at the, let me look at that here. Okay, so I can look at this way as well. So the chart I have posted here, daily chart. All right, so this daily chart. So what was the date of that daily chart? Was updated on 24th October. So we can see that the 15th of November, right? So 2022. All right, so 15th of November 2022. So we found bottom on Bitcoin at 15th November 2022. So if I'm going to look at the BNB chart now. Okay, so BNB found its floor over there at 6 September 2023. Almost a year, I guess. Yeah. So after finding this floor over there, it's catching up. Okay, it's catching up for that move. All right, it's catching up for that move. So we still can see that these coins, they can continue to keep rising for more upside. All right, they can continue to keep rising for all of. So I mean, BNB is having correlation with the Bitcoin. All right, and if we see any deeper pullback, still going to be a buy opportunity on BNB. So the previous buy opportunity I was talking about at this area. All right, and any pullback still can give us a buy opportunity. So Ethereum, okay, so Ethereum is going to be much more better buy the dip opportunity and more reliable coin as compared to the others. All right, if we see any pullback, a deeper pullback on the Ethereum, okay, Ethereum can play a nice catch-up move. So previously we were talking about buy opportunity here at this area. Okay, we were talking about the buy opportunity way below. I mean, just continuation trade was here at this area on the Ethereum. Ethereum is since then is just rising. Okay, and previously we were looking for a buy opportunity at this area. Okay, at this place. So since then it's rising. Okay, now the question, I mean the point here is that we still hasn't reached to that top. Okay, while the Bitcoin is already playing out at that top. Okay, we still can see another 40-50% move here on Ethereum. That is the point. BTC USD Binance. Okay, that's the point. Now you can see that. Okay, so we can have a catch-up move on Ethereum. Ethereum can play a catch-up move. That 40-50% potential is still there. So keeping that weekly chart into mind. Okay, so any pullback, all right, so the previous pullback which I was talking about, a buy opportunity was here. Okay, that's why I said to you, go and watch 22nd January weekly market outlook and or the December one. All right, so the previous buy opportunity was there I was talking about. So since then it is rising, and in the previous weekly market outlook we were talking about the continuation trade. All right, so we are still within that trend. So what's now? Okay, if I guess we can have a bigger daily correction. That's going to be much more better than having to look for a buy opportunity. Okay, like this. Okay, that's going to be ideal. That's going to be ideal, guys. All right, so like that kind of pullback. Let's see this kind of pullback. This is going to be much more ideal, far more better. That's going to give us a decent reason. All right, so like that. So we're going to get that kind of deeper pullback. That's going to be a decent correction to buy. Otherwise, what you can do on the current time frame is just 4-hour time frame corrections and continue, or 1 hour or 4 hour time frame. Okay, that's the only solution you guys are having, like stock. All right, like I have shown you on the stocks, big names, big large caps. All right, so come and hold and continue. Okay, so short-term opportunities here at this area, and as long as the trend is strong, Bitcoin is pushing higher. Yeah, so continue to keep rising. That's the only solution. So we do have potential. Okay, so right now from the current time frame, you only can buy them for short term. Okay, so any deeper pullback give you a chance to hold that for longer term. Daily correction will give you a chance to hold that Ethereum to go all the way back to that weekly high, take all time high out. All right, so coins which are still sitting at the floor, the point you should pay attention over there. Okay, so Solana is also pushing higher, we can see that. So previously the buy opportunity I was talking about here at this area. All right, so this area, so we are having that one more leg higher. Okay, right now these are the places to pay attention and continuation trade for upside. Okay, so where the current support is holding on these corrections, there you're paying attention. So point here is that we are still lagging behind the Bitcoin. Okay, taking out all-time high. So we still can continue. Now it's clear, okay, that the Bitcoin is well ahead. Okay, and the altcoins, they can play a catch-up move. All right, they can play a catch-up move like that. All right, like that kind of catch-up move can appear over there. So there are many coins, guys, which are still struggling. All right, so if you have enough capital, just spread that capital out on all these coins which are sitting at this area. All right, staying close to that sideways market. Yeah, we can have that big leg on them. Let's say if we are not going to have a big leg on them, all right, and if they are going to test this top, all right, still gonna be a 2 April 2022, all right. If they are going to take out that, still gonna be a good move, all right. So we do have many, some of them are taking higher, some of them are already pushing higher. Yeah, so this is also breaking out. Yeah, so previously I was talking about a buy opportunity at this place. Okay, so it's taking out, still a cheap, but you are not chasing at the current price. Okay, unless they are taking an aggressive move for upside. All right, so you're waiting for them to pull back and holding the whole, adding once you are having a correction like this. Okay, within these areas, and then taking off at this area. All right, pull back. Yeah, daily moving averages. So we'll talk about that. For them, in the every weekly market outlook. So you don't need to rush. Okay, they can take a lot of time to rise. But the point here is that we are moving away from these lows. Okay, these coins rose. Talking about that buy from that low. Okay, so we are moving away from that low now. Okay, so going back to that all-time high, this high. So we are moving away these lows. Okay, so there are many coins which are sitting over there. So that trend now we need a. Previously I was talking about buy here at this area. All right, now we need a pullback and continuation for upside. Okay, so trend is appearing over there. So we need a pullback, another pullback, and hold that pullback. And continue to keep pushing higher. Okay, previously we were talking about that within that areas. All right, so same here. Okay, it's breaking through. Previously I was talking about a buy here. Okay, we are well below from that top. Yeah, there we can see that the daily time frame we have taken. You see that's what I'm talking about. These coins are still sitting these areas. Like okay, again, same logic. At the start, I have shown you that the Bitcoin found its floor. Let's find there. Okay, so BTC found its floor on this date at 15th November 2022, And then after 1 year, BNB found its floor, September something. All right, so BNB found its floor, BNB USD. Okay, on this date, BNB found its floor here, 16th of September 2023, almost after a year. Okay, so these coins, they are trying to find their floor as well. Okay, so we may see a catch up. If I'm gonna pull out BNB on top of that, BNB USD, right, they are trying to find. There we can see that the BNB is also catching up the BTC. Okay, but there are many coins which are sitting at the floor and hasn't found their. Okay, obviously not all of them all of them are not going to rise. Okay, so you're gonna see some of them gonna catch up. All right, and that's why I'm saying very often that you only gonna you can do that stuff by yourself. Okay, you can do that research by yourself. Coins which are highly correlated with the Bitcoin, following the similar formation which we have seen on the Bitcoin. Okay, so you are chasing those coins. Okay, there we can see that Bitcoin went lower, BNB went lower. Okay, and this Raven coin went lower, and Raven coin is just trying to find its floor over there, again setting up for a catch-up move over there. So you chasing those coins which are highly correlated. Okay, and we can see the catch-up move on them. Okay, so any pullback still gonna be they are still cheap, guys. All right, still cheap. Rose coin, Raven, okay, and Loopring is also bouncing off. There's so sitting. Avalanche, okay, is also setting up for that catch-up move, okay, away from that previous low. So still, a 4-hour daily time frame low to hold. I haven't updated my charts. I'm not getting enough time, so I have to update these charts, but I'm just telling you the place only, right? So where you're paying attention, I need to update these charts. So this place to hold. XM is also catching up. We can see that it's catching up and pushing higher. XM is also a good coin. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out BTC on top of that. Okay, we can see that the catch-up move can happen over there on this chart, on this coin as well. So VeChain is also, so VeChain is also, you see that these coins are sitting at that floor. VeChain already, this whole move, this whole leg. So previously we were talking about buy opportunity here at this area. All right, and since then it's rising, and right now you're paying attention at these previous support areas. Okay, that support to hold and continue. So near also rising from that previous low. So similar analysis. Okay, we have a catch-up move here. Okay, so catch-up move can play out there and this area. And this is what we are looking. There is the potential. Same. All right, so this is also going higher from that low, catching up. Previously I was talking about the buy opportunity when we were having that flag at this area. Okay, it's heading higher for the next leg. Okay, I'm just showing you the potential right now. All right, and the potential is the 550%, 600% move can happen over there. So previously I was talking about buy here when Bitcoin was finding its floor. So near is also rising since then. Long way to go. All right, so flow is also, previously I was talking about here, buy. All right, so still close to the floor. And for 4-hour time frame trade, we were talking about here at this area. So since then it's just rising. Okay, so we need another pullback, daily pullback, still a potential move to appear over there. Get this potential move. So we need to check how much return we can get over there. All right, so if we hold that trade, so this is something, big. I mean, showing 1,000%. But let's say if we're not going to get that, so so let's be realistic and look for 600% move over there, and this area where my target is showing. All right, so same on this chart, and previously 4 hour time frame trade we were talking about at this area. Okay, so still risk reward ratio is over there, so catch up move to play out. Right, so it is showing up to which level. So let me pull out the risk reward ratio on top of the the return. Okay, so return is 500-600% move can appear over there. EOS already taking off. Right, we were talking about buy here or test the bottom and then go higher, so it's catching up. Okay, EOS is also a good coin, altcoin, and previously we were talking about buy opportunity here at this area. Okay, so it's taking off. CELO is also taking off. Again, catch up move potential. Let's just be realistic, 700% return can appear over there. All right, from the low, so or 1600% if it goes to all-time high. All right, and same again on decentral land. Okay, so 400% up to this, and if it goes to all-time high, then 1200%. Okay, previously we were talking about buy opportunity here. Okay, we need a correction now. It's heading for another leg higher right now. So Shiba is also taking off. Shiba is just ballistically, just bang so aggressively. Okay, so catch up move can happen over there on the Shiba too if it goes to all-time high. The move has already happened over there up to 350%. Okay, but still got a potential to run up to 800. So Shiba bounced off from that low. You can see that a quick sharp aggressive move happened over there. So similarly, other coins, they can play like that, the catch-up move. Other coins which are sitting at the floor, right? So they can play a catch-up move. So Shiba, Rune also went higher for the next leg. Okay, but on a bigger daily time frame, we still got a potential to run on them. Okay, up to again 400%. If all-time high it comes, then 550, 450. Kawa, same. Kawa sitting at that floor. There are many coins you're gonna see like that. Okay, so you are picking those coins which are highly correlated. Where you see this structure. Okay, when Bitcoin went lower, they dropped. Okay, now Bitcoin went higher, and they are finding their floor. Okay, and you're looking for them to similar, copy paste move to happen. All right, so Rune also catching up, and Kawa also similar there. I was talking about for buy opportunity. All right, so since then it is rising, but still cheap. Okay, and previously we were talking about buy here at this area, so it's taking next leg higher. Okay, next leg higher, but still we can retest that low, right? But yes, picture is becoming clear. ADA took off for the next leg. Okay, ADA is still lagging, still behind that. Cardano is still behind that. Okay, so still potential 600% move can appear over there on ADA. So previously we were looking for bottom to hold here. Okay, it slightly went lower, more cheaper, and then since then it is rising. Okay, since hitting these areas up 30 or 23, we are heading higher. Okay, and again, this is a catch-up move. We can see that. a catch-up move to happen, and all-time high. So OITA is also similar. Okay, OITA also catching up after hitting those lows. Okay, OITA also took off a catch-up move. That catch-up move to happen. We saw buy opportunity over there last time when we were talking about a 4-atom buy. Okay, we need another 20 cent. If test that 20 cent, gonna be a buy. So Dodge also spiked up. Okay, not Dodge is trying to play a catch-up move. All right, so like that. So coins, they are actually correlated to the Bitcoin. As long as we see that the Bitcoin is rising, we're gonna see that also gonna play a catch-up move. Last time we were talking about at this area, this place to hold. Okay, we saw that correction again, and then we simply broke out for the next leg higher. So they are playing same Gala. Gala is taking out that low. So yeah, so the break, we need don't buy them now. Okay, they made their move. Okay, that's why I said that I was showing that buy opportunities back in December and January, when that pullback was happening. No, they are going higher. We need another pullback. Okay, once we do have that pullback, we will look for, all right, like this, and continue. So coins which are still cheap, sitting at bottom, and you think that yes, you can have enough capital and you can start buying them, you can stop taking your position on them. But coins which have moved away, like Shiba moved, okay, Gala Dogecoin moved, all right, so don't chase them. There is potential, okay, but they moved, they gone, all right, they moved away from that low. So look at that, where it was holding that at 5 cents, all right, and then it's running at 16 cents. So if you're gonna buy it now, okay, and if dropped let's say 10 cents, all right, or let's say 8-9 cents, okay, then you have to hold your trade for much longer to get out. If you are looking to position for very, very longer time frame, all right. So I'm right now I'm talking about positions, all right. I'm talking about to buy and hold position. So I'm talking about that you can do that by taking spot positions, holding spot, all right, rather than using leverage, all right. So for leverage, you have to chase the lower time frame, all right, like I have shown in the previous weekly market, or looking at continuation trade using 4-hour time frame, putting stop behind that. So if you think that yes, for spot you can buy and hold them, all right, you can do that, and once they dip you can buy more. All right, so it depends how much. If you can afford buying on spot, if the dip, buy more. If the more dip, buy more. All right, but if you're trading on leverage, all right, then 4-hour time frame pullback, holding the trend, okay, and then continue to keep pushing more higher, putting stop behind that. Simple. Okay, and if you get stopped out, buying again, after having some lead over there. So OKBT, yeah, it's pushing higher, all right, so looking it to continue. So Excel, Stellar also lagging the Bitcoin, all right. So if I'm gonna pull out Bitcoin chart on top of that again, okay, so catch up move to happen. So it's pushing higher from that low, all right. So breakout is just happening, so continue. There we were talking about it previously. So same on, yeah, so they are showing the lag, guys. If I can see, then I hope that you can see too, all right. So catch up move to happen there. So the coin, this coin is catching up, okay, this coin is catching up Bitcoin. Even it has, Fetch AI, it has broken through the previous high. There we can see that the catch up move happening here. So we broke through that top, yeah, more than 3,000% gain on this coin. That was that was a big move happened over there. So I guess I have spoken about a buy opportunity on this in the previous weekly market at this area, because setup was same on 4-hour time frame. Again, when it was correcting over there, this 4-hour time frame correction was appearing over there, right at this area. So took off. So see Cortex is also pushing higher. We were talking about buy here, okay, taking off. Phantom also taking off. All right, so previously this correction, all right, this correction we were talking about, all right, taken off. Sia coin was more aggressive, okay, it went higher, broke through that 31st March and then sold off in this area and now stuck over there at this area. KuCoin shown that buy opportunity, if you remember that. All right, so KuCoin also going higher for the next leg. All right, this, so I guess I'm not sure if I have posted that buy here, I don't see, but yes, it was also a buy at this area. I didn't post chart on TradingView at this area, but yeah, we found floor over there, and again going all-time high, going back to all-time high, like Bitcoin is clearly leading us that. All right, and going higher simply, guys. Another pullback, test that low, so still gonna be a catch-up move, okay, by Veracity catching up. Okay, this is also catching up, so there where we were talking about for a buy. All right, so it's catching up now on these lows, so still they can continue to keep rising towards all-time high. Yeah, so still got a catch up room over there all the way back to the high. So we need a pullback on lower time frame like we had already, so that we can, you know, you can load up more. Digibyte, yeah, so catch up move, all-time high. Right, all-time high, go all-time high. So SNX also catching up, right? So fetch, we already saw that. So chain link also catching up. Previously we were talking about that correction, tested that low, and we have broken through that and heading towards that high, so further up. So we can see more upside. So it tagged that 21st March high there. We can see that it tagged that 21st March high already, okay, and we saw that correction here, okay, broke out, 4-hour time frame correction and broke out. Okay, so very much gone, we can say that, the chain link, okay, but still on a bigger, longer term, we still can have a catch-up move. All right, we still can have that catch-up move, this move here, all-time high, back to the all-time high. Okay, so fetch ENJ is also catching up. Engine coin is also catching up. Right, but still cheap. So still cheap. These are cheap coins below $1. So if they come back, I mean, another pullback needed, guys, simply on daily time frame. Yeah, 1 inch also taking off. Yeah, I have shown buy here at this area. So Holo also playing a catch-up move. Yes, previously we were talking about buy here on daily time frame, and the 4-hour time frame correction was also there. Right, so bang, taking off. So 4-hour time frame correction was there previously, and this area, and next leg is just simply appearing over there. Lisk also catching up. All right, so still a cheap, all right, but expensive in terms of other coins. I mean, above $1. All right, so cute. Yeah, so this is also catching up. Yeah, still a long way to go on these coins. So any pullback going to be a buy opportunities on them. Okay, that's what was my point. Okay, Bitcoin has already gone, guys. You can see that it's made its move. All right, it's made its move like that. So if you're gonna buy Bitcoin at 65 or 70 or that price, okay, you're not gonna get, I mean, if you're buying it for longer term from 60 or 70k and looking into 100k, yeah, so if you're looking at 50% rise on them, on that. But if you spread that money on other coins, on these, like the coins I'm showing, all right, and spread that money on these coins, okay, if one of them rise and you get 500% or 1000% strength or rise on them, okay, so one coin going to be okay to grab, far more potential than the Bitcoin. That's what I'm, was saying, yeah. Since we're long, the Bitcoin has made its move. Bitcoin has made its move, but coins which are still sitting close to the floor, all right, and having a, have to play a catch-up move. Okay, some of them are already taking off after having that much strength on the Bitcoin. Okay, this next leg higher. So some of them are catching up. So as long as Bitcoin further break through that previous high, okay, so they're going to be, sympathy move can appear over there on the others, and that's what we are looking, sympathy move to appear over there, and old coins to catch up, all right, like that, go higher, horizon. Okay, so same, very much same structure. So I'll try my best to add more coins, okay, so that if you have, you can share, okay, the general idea. Now that the general idea that you need a same structure, structure like Bitcoin, and they can play a catch-up move, okay, like that, right? So remember, all of them are not going to rise. So that's why don't put all your money on one single coin. All of them, maybe if you can, the coins which you are planning to buy, putting all your money on that one coin, maybe that's not rising, all right, maybe some fundamental reasons can cause that to not rise, all right. So that's why spread that on different coins, whatever the money you're having. So spread that. If one is following Bitcoin, all right, so that single is enough. I think we're gonna see a decent move on all these coins. They're gonna catch up. It's a matter of time. Okay, it's a matter of time. We're gonna see that catch up move on all. So just need to be patient. All right, so I'll try my best to add more coins, guys, and if you have, then you can share those coins with me also, which are highly correlated with the Bitcoin. Okay, but I hope you understand the general idea that what is the logic behind. Okay, the logic behind is that the coins which are sitting close to the floor, there is the potential. Okay, there is the potential. Okay, so thank you very much. Enough for. So someone was asking for the Euro Australian dollar. Let me look at that. Okay, so Euro Australian dollar. So you need to keep in your mind 2 points, okay? 2 things on the Euro Australian dollar. If you're trading on Euro Australian dollar, 2 things. Okay, there is the Euro Australian dollar. Okay, so what I said last time, okay, we are expecting this move. So what I need to do is just need to invert AUD USD chart, okay, on top of that, all right, and this is okay. What I have shown you, a buy, you are looking for a longer term buy opportunity on the on the Australian dollar, okay, that's what I said. DXY to drop this week, that's what I have spoken about. Okay, if I'm gonna look at the XAUUSD gold, okay, so gold is a commodity, all right, so gold is a commodity. So we have seen that the gold went higher simply, all right, we see strength on the gold there, gold already tested, that 28 December high. All right. Now, gold is telling us gold is a commodity currency, okay, and Australian dollar is a commodity currency, okay. So gold is telling us that Australian dollar is still not catching up the commodities, okay. So Australian dollar has to catch up, has to go after the gold. All right, and once we're going to see that the Australian dollar is dropping or rising, we're going to see that the euro also going to drop against the Australian dollar. Okay, so we got a lead over there already on gold. Gold is a commodity, okay, and commodities currencies has to catch up. All right, so you are expecting euro to drop against the Australian dollar too. That's why every time when you see that the euro is testing that top, you are paying attention over there and looking this to drop back to the 28th December lows. Okay, so this is what we are looking. So I guess I have already shown that EOS chart, EOS coin. EOS also a buy, all right. EOS also, it was a buy, by the way, okay. That's why I said to you, go and look my previous weekly market outlook, all right. So EOS is also a buy. It's expensive right now, above $1, right, but longer term. So I bought gold on top of that. So there's supposed to be BTC. Okay, so we are expecting a catch-up move to play out on this. All right, so in the previous cycle, the catch-up move came on EOS wasn't we haven't saw bigger of that top. So 140, you're talking about 140. We'll look at that. So EOS is also a buy for longer term. Okay, so on daily time frame, what we need a pullback. Okay, from current price, we need a daily pullback. Okay, then catch up move to happen. I mean, come back within the moving averages, like that daily. So still a lot to happen. Okay, on this. All right, still a lot to happen. So 140, let me check 140. What 140? You're talking on Euro Australian dollar. So I'll analyze my altcoin charts, all right, and then we will have a detailed analysis. So hopefully since then we're gonna have a deeper pullback on them, and we're gonna have a perfect buy opportunity. So you said 140. So 140 is far away. So you're talking about 140, 120. 140, no, 140 is not going to happen. Okay, so 140 is, I guess we're not going to see 140. Okay, so 140, 122 areas is okay. Let's talk about this. Okay, so let me talk about this, why 140 and 120 is less likely. Okay, so if I'm gonna pull out the inflation chart on top of that, okay, let's pull out the US inflation. All right, so far all right, so there you can see this place. Okay, this is the cross line. What happened here at this place, we saw that the inflation went, we saw disinflation. Okay, we went up to, here at this area, you're gonna see, okay, in this 0. So inflation in the US went up to 0, disinflation. Okay, inflation fallen below 1%. All right, and then what happened? since, I mean, at this area, you can see that we saw a crash in the market. Okay, when inflation went to negative, we saw a crash. We saw euro aggressively went higher against the Australian dollar. Okay, we saw a crash over there. Inflation dragged, euro Australian dollar, went up aggressively higher. So you saw a similar thing here back in in 2008. All right, so we saw inflation went below zero. All right, inflation crashed. Okay, we saw euro went higher aggressively. All right, so why that was happening? Why euro was rising against the Australian dollar? So Australian dollar is a risk on currency. Okay, and when you see that the inflation is crashing, okay, so risk on currency also crash. Okay, so I mean, when we see crash, inflation goes, when we see disinflation, you're gonna see that the risk on currency is also gonna drop. Okay, so euro was playing both ways against the Australian dollar. Okay, euro was dropping against the dollar, okay, but rising against the Australian dollar. So euro was playing playing as a risk on currency against the dollar, but at the same time it was playing as a safe haven currency against the other risk on currencies. All right, and was rising in the 2008 and in 2020. Okay, so what we are expecting from the inflation now, okay, we need to understand that before we expect euro Australian dollar to go into 140 or 120 areas. All right, we're expecting inflation to again fall, go towards the zero, okay, or fall below 1%, like we saw back in 2008 and we saw back in 2020. Okay, so if inflation again goes to zero or below 1%, okay, so we shouldn't expect euro to fall. All right, we shouldn't expect euro to fall and test 120. Okay, we should euro to break out and continue its trend for upside, or crash for another time towards 2%, $2 mark. Okay, back like we have seen back in 2008 or 2020. Hopefully you understand that point. All right, so as long as inflation keeps falling towards 2% or below, it goes to below 1%, okay, we should expect euro to break up for another leg higher. All right, so if I'm gonna that's what you are expecting. And okay, basically you are expecting another recession to come. Okay, and once we're gonna have recession, all right, so we're going to see that risk on currency is going to go down, all right, and euro against the risk on currencies will rise. This is a cyclical move, all right, and you're going to see that cyclical move all the time when all right. So hopefully you understand that my point. Okay, so you're talking about it to go this area. Okay, for that inflation has to pick up. Okay, you're talking about this. You're talking about, euro to go 120. All right. For that, inflation should continue to keep rising for another upside back to that high, and then you can expect euro to fall against the 140 side. All right. So we can be wrong, guys. Inflation can rise, all right, and then you can see the euro, towards the 140. That can happen, but right now, looking at the fundamentals, looking at the market, I don't see this move is coming anytime soon. All right, so I see that the euro gonna rise against the Australian dollar, all right, because we are having disinflationary move. Disinflationary trend is happening over there. Okay, and that gonna keep the euro intact for upside. Okay. 120, 140 is like very, very far away. Euro to going up to 120. 120 is coming here at this area. All right. So, or 140 is coming up to this place. So trending move. So previously we were expecting here. All right, that was a long time ago. So trending move simply. All right, trending, yeah, sideways move right now, guys. The way we are having sideways move right now, and once the recession gonna hit, yeah, so we're gonna have a quick pop up over there like that. All right, so there is no logical reason for the euro to fall that much. I mean, that much low. All right, so and the other reason, I mean, you can expect, I mean, Australian dollar to get stronger if we see that the rates are rising. All right, so right now rates are already high rates done, very much done, or you know, I mean, it's not making sense, to be honest, for me, to Australian dollar to get that much stronger. All right, and euro to not get that much stronger, and then or we can say that I mean, some kind of crisis to happen in the Europe. All right, so some kind of crisis. All right, so if crisis happen, bad crisis, I mean, if Europe, you know, get into deep recession, all right, far more worse recession than the Australia, then you can expect it to do that much move, okay, that much move like that, and then I mean, euro to behave far more worse than the Australia, then you can expect. All right, so okay, so this, if you understand this piece in the market, then you can understand that. So here you saw that inflationary move, okay, I mean the disinflationary move. All right, and there you saw the inflationary move. I mean, let me, all right, so there you saw the crash, okay, I mean crash, disinflation, and then when inflation came, euro went lower. Okay, the inflation came, euro went lower. So similarly, you need, you know, inflationary move, euro to Australian dollar to get stronger and euro to get weaker. All right, so that's likely. We already coming out from that inflationary cycle. So all right, so there, so we shouldn't expect another inflationary cycle anytime soon. We are already coming out from that, and once we're gonna hit that disinflation floor, then you can expect the euro to fall that much low. All right, so thank you very much for coming into the weekly market outlook, guys. Great to see you back again. All right, and we'll see you back again in another weekly market outlook. Until then, bye, and have a great day and perfect trading week. Thank you.